Привіт усім. Вітаємо
So,
всіх.
hi everyone. Hi everyone. We're pleased to welcome everyone. We are from Ukraine and this is the final of the Hackathon NFT Edition. We're really pleased to welcome you at this final stage of our competition. My name is Lidlia Badu. I am the project manager of the innovative agency Digitizing Space and the project manager of the Hackathon 3.0. I have my colleague today with me, Natalia Levosic, the community manager of Digitizing Space. I'm the manager or community manager of the Hackathon 3.0, and she has been participating in talking to our participants. She knows everything about the hackathon and she's going to be helping us today to moderate the whole final today. So this is the third time that we have had our hackathon already. This is the main point of our competition. Today is the final. Right now, we're going to know the 13 best NFT creatives that have got to the final. And we're going to know the five top winners who are going to be the best in the jury's point of view. The one who's going to be the winners of the hackathon. Okay, maybe not five, Lilia. We might have some surprises as well when the results are going to be announced. You never know. So, hi everyone. Thank you very much for the nice introduction, Lilia. Lilia has just spoke about the hackathon, and I was really touched by that because it's a great pleasure and honor for me to participate in this hackathon and be the part of this community of creative, nice people. And I would like to share a bit of statistics with you. Maybe you have read the statistics already, but at the very beginning of the hackathon, we had more than 1,565 people registered. So the semi-finals had 216 creative projects. Right now, we've selected 15 best. You might have seen them in the chat, in our Slack chat. We have announced them already. We're going to be presenting them soon. The teams are going to be presenting. So the competition has been really, really strong and powerful because all of the creative projects were really good, were really distinguished. If all of the projects were really cool, I thought everyone should win in this project because our main task was not to choose the winner solely, but to give the creative industry and the participants with our hackathon to show them that the NFT can be a good tool for their work as well. Yes, I would agree to what you have said. And of course, we have to understand the context that we're going through. And we understand that our joint work is another opportunity to develop the creative industries and culture because it's a cultural front that we also have to work with. you know Following the hackathon, just a couple of days ago, I have had a thought that understanding the communication in our Slack, I know that we have all been missing this format because what do I mean when we've missed this format? We've understood that there is the need for this communicational collaboration and communicational support from the participants to one another, and everything that we have seen in the Slack, how our participants were storming through our mantis and how it all worked out. It actually shows that this format has been needed and this format is needed. It's going to be surviving and striving. And we know that throughout this really important times, this support is really important. Yes, I would agree to that. So let us start with our introduction. So just to welcome our participants of Hackathon, we would like to welcome the head of the House of Europe program, Dr. Christian Dimas. So we would like to hear from you, Christian, please.
Hi, it's me again, Christian Diemer, head of the House of Europe program. You are still there, and you are many. And that's breathtaking, that you, in a situation where there would have been plenty of reasons to worry about or take care of other things, decided to be and stay part of this. Congratulations for that. We are much looking forward to the pitches. I wish you lasting learnings, lasting earnings, lasting connections, and even louder and brighter voices of Ukrainian cultural professionals out there in the world. Have a great closure and fingers crossed and best wishes for everybody. Stay safe.
За доброю традицією.
So, as the good tradition goes, the Hackathon 3.0 Hackathon Edition has been supported and organized by House of Europe, Goethe-Institut of Ukraine, Digitizing Space Innovative Agency, and with the support of European Union. In the same time, we're really happy to say that our hackathon has been possible with the greatest support of our partners. And I really would like to mention our partners as well. We have been supported by the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, the 1991 Accelerator, the CryptoArt Ukraine Association, IT Dnipro Community, Kiev Academy of Media Art, MEF DAO Magicals, Odessa Photo Days, Kharkiv IT Cluster, Culture and Creativity at X Drive, We Are, Odessa IT Family, and OmniCampus. Thank you so much. We're really grateful to all of our partners, and let us keep on moving on. So let's just remind you that our hackathon has started with an educational program so that together with our participants, we had a great opportunity to learn more, to know how to we create and emit NFT tokens, how can we continue with promoting the NFT craftwork. And our program has been divided in two. So we've had the block for the beginners, and we had a training block for those NFT artists that have already had experience in minting NFT tokens. So basically, throughout this time, we've had this opportunity to improve our skills in minting NFT tokens. So, and we can even have this opportunity to experiment with the results of our creativity. We have been helped with the famous NFT experts from both Ukraine and from international community, and we will soon see what we have as the final results, and we will be able to see during the pitching sessions of our finalists. So I do believe that when we're talking about pitchings, we should also mention what was before that work. We should mention the checkpoints that the teams have passed. Yes, of course. So the participants have gone through 4 checkpoints this year. They were quite intense. And they have been through those checkpoints with the incredible team mentors that have supported them throughout that period, who have helped them, who have supported them. And also, we've had the experts and mentors that they were able to consult if needed, of course. For some experts and mentors, they've even had more than 40 consultations all over the process. I can imagine that it was really hard for both the participants and mentors because, the work was boiling, the questions were never ending, the chats were burning, and not all of the participants were able to follow this really, really tremendous tempo. A lot of people understood that they've got the new tools and they went to work further on with their projects. And I wanted to remind you that throughout our hackathon, we worked on a certain topic, so definitely limited the activities of that teams. So we had a topic on Ukraine, past, current times, and future. So we've asked our participants to take a look in the past, to document the current situation, and to get creative with thinking about the future. Another point, our participants were only working in these 4 categories. We have limited their participation, the photo, video, animation, the visual arts, and music. So we had limited categories available as well. So I do believe that having this intensive support from the mentoring team, having that intensive support from our expert mentors, and having the support of one another, that was really good as well. I'm sure that in these 10 days, they were able to create a really cool projects. And yet, Lila, maybe you can tell us about the semifinals a little bit. For sure, just for you to understand, we had at the very beginning of the hackathon, we've had 226 projects registered. 226 teams have applied with their works and with their projects to be improved. 106 creative projects have been submitted in just in just a very, very brief period of time, we have provided it for our jury to evaluate. And out of those 106 incredibly emotionally cool projects, our jury has selected not even 10. Our jury has selected 13 creative projects into the finals. And let us hope that this year, 13 is going to be the lucky number for us and for the participants and for the hackathon overall. So I do believe this is the high time for us also to learn who the jury is. So who's going to be the people who are going to be evaluating the finals and who have evaluated the semifinals as well. So those are the people our finalists are going to face. Let us take a look at the jury.
Ну що ж, привіт, журі.
So, hi, dear jury. Hi, it's very nice to see all of you. We're really grateful for the work you've done. But let us meet one another. So, we have Ksenia Malykh, the art curator, the head of the research platform of Pinchuk Art Center. We have Nikita Khudiakov, the media artist and the head of the community of CryptoArt Ukraine. Marina Yarotska, the coordinator of the Near Protocol Hackathons. Andriy Skyba, the co-founders of Magical, and Ilona Demchenko, the cultural manager who is representing the team of House of Europe organizers today. So, dear colleagues, let us very briefly go through what has already been done and what has already happened. I just wanted to ask a couple of comments from your side. And I will start with Ksenia. Ksenia, so what was your thoughts throughout the selection and throughout the semifinals of the projects? Well, yeah, first of all, I was impressed by the number of the projects I think were really successful because of the projects that have been submitted. There's quite a lot of projects that have been the pieces that have been dedicated to the topic that is the most relevant for all of us. And I'm watching how the artists are reflecting on that. And what I have seen is there is the need for the marketing strategies, and we understand the market, they understand the marketing strategies, especially when we're talking about the NFTs. But basically, overall, this creative energy is something that really inspires us. Thank you. Thank you. So I have a question to Andriy as well. So can you tell us, maybe you have had some favorites during the selection process, during the semifinals? Well, that's happened that we have selected people during the semifinals. So, like, we've had some favorite projects. Yes, I've really liked what the Kyiv skill learning project. And maybe I was really emotional about that because it was, something terrible. And here they have the kids, and there was a really cool concept and a really cool idea. So I think that they're one of the projects that I favor personally, from what I do remember. So if I do remember only their project, then that means that they're my favorites. Okay, but we'll see. Maybe you'll change your mind soon. Nikita, would like to ask you a question as well. What can you tell us about the technical level of the pieces that have been presented by our finalists? Well, the it was very interesting for me to see that how many projects were in the collectible genre and how they coexist with the art projects. Some of the projects, a couple of the projects that were, they have really shown that there is a clearer understanding of what utility is, or and they have understand how to create a DAO, how to engage the community. So that was very interesting for me to see, and that was very optimistic, I would say, because it also gives us some new opportunity for engaging people in Ukrainian NFT projects. For sure, Ilona, we know that you've selected 13 projects instead of 10 to the finals. Was it a trick or was something specific? No, that's because of our honesty, actually, because we really wanted to get all of the projects that had received the high points from the jury. And it's always really painful for us to draw this line when you cannot get this 10 favorites. So we had two projects on this line, but we've understood that we cannot like make one of those projects. So we've decided that we'll take the 13th project as well. We would actually take 25 or 35 because I think all of the other members of the jury are going to run away right now. But of course, you would really like to take actually more than you want, but we have some limitations that we have to follow. So I wanted just like to have this opportunity to address those teams that are not in the finals. Please do not be demotivated. We'll think that maybe jury hasn't didn't caught your idea, but continue working on your idea as well. I actually, my favorites, they didn't go to the finals, honestly, but the hackathon is the thing like that. So, sometimes it happens like that. Yeah, right, you are. Hackathon is a very dynamic format of work, and the one who adapt faster, there are the one who are faster to get to the victory. Okay, Maria, can you tell us what would be the advice that you would give to our finalists before their pitches are going to start? So why you never haven't asked me about my favorite project? Because I do have my favorite project. I think it's going to be the last on the list about Ukrainian swearing words, because there was a very very interesting project. Okay, advice. Trying to be not very, very, very strict. Have fun, because the NFT is a very good tool to express yourself, express your own creativity, talk about Ukraine to the world, and you don't have to be very serious. It's a hackathon, and I think that we're all here together just to have fun. So yeah. Yes, right, you are. So, of course, so right now we get into the most interesting parts of our hackathon. Our finalists are about to start their pitches. I will just remind you about the mechanics of how it's going to be done. We're going to have the team lead of the team, and the team lead is going to be presenting their presentation. They're going to present the project. They will have 2 minutes to do that. After that, our jury will have the opportunity to ask them a question. They have 3 minutes for that. After that, they're going to have the next participants joining us, and they're going to be pitching their piece. So let us start then.
Добрий день.
Hello.
Добрий день, ви мене чуєте?
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you well, and I can hear you well as well. So, hi, everyone. We have the team number 1, the team 44, the crypto archaeology, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, yes. Okay, good. So, you have your 2 minutes for the pitch. They're about to start right now. You can start sharing your screen, and the floor is yours.
Це бачите екран?
So I hope you can see my screen. Yes, we can see your screen. Okay, then let us start. So hi, our team, the Crypto Archaeologists, is about to present you the project with Wired Motanka. Inside of this, we're trying to search for the in-depth points of culture of Ukraine. And before Christianity, we had a lot of traditions and myth, and we had a tremendous pantheon of gods. And modern conditions, we really need to have our all new heroes, and we wanted to create the meta universe for them. The meta universe when our old gods are getting into the cyberpunk reality, where they are using the technologies and actively influencing the technologies. For us as crypto archaeologists, we are opening the digital layers and showing the collections that we have found. And the first collection that we had is the Bayard Moitenka, the generative NFT collection for the national doll. it has a very logic and logical structure that uses the archetypes and narrative approach. Moreover, our collection has utility that will turn tokens into the elements of the bigger game. Why we are sure that our NFT collections are going to be bought and kept? Because we have unique art, we have a gaming collaboration between the tokens and staking of the NFT on the site that will give the opportunity people to earn some money. And the main goal for us is to reach the more expansive collection in Ukraine or even all over the world, because there's a lot of things that we can sell. To communicate with our buyers, we have created the websites, the pages in the social media, and then right now a nice, beautiful website that presents our collection. So, by the way, so those are the capsules, and we're going to say I'm going to be talking about that as well, because you can see there are examples of the tokens on the open seas, and but those after they have been revealed, and this capsules is actually used to save the tokens before the reveal, and all of the capsules they're being sold closed. Only after you have bought it, you can open that, and you will see what kind of token you have bought. So we also have the roadmap, and we have a clear understanding of how our project could develop and the next step in the implementation of the project. Our team, Team 44, cryptoarchaeologists, really thanks you for your attention, and we hope to see you in our whitelist. And we hope to see that you will see the pre-reel in our collection. So this is our contact. Thank you for your attention, and just the beautiful website that we have. I hope I'm in time. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you very much for being strictly on time. You are giving the good example to all of the next participants. So right now, there is the 3 minutes for our jury to ask the questions. So jury, please, any questions from your side? So yes, I will gladly answer that. I think I will start with the most important and banal question, but I think the rest of the jury, they can get into more challenging questions. Okay, but why in your presentations you have the later A in the presentation and then you don't have it in Wired Motenka? Now, that's just to identify our Motenka among the others, because you just like the Beatles band, you can Google Beatle written in the right way, but you can find the bands of the Beatles. Yeah, that worked really. It's really got my attention. Yeah, right. And what blockchain you're going to be launching your cell phone? Because you're going to be the Ethereum? Yes, sorry, I didn't heard you the good way. Sorry. Can you please repeat the question, because it was really hard to hear you. So what blockchain you're going to be launching on? Because I've got you're going to be working with Ethereum. Yes, yes. So, okay, so basically you have your own developer and you're going to make your own smart contract and you're going to be launching your collection there. You're going to be doing the mints on your websites, right here, right? So you're going to be going through the whole cycle. Yes, yes. So the thing is that we're going to be working with the Ethereum. Yes, the Ethereum blockchain. And so, I'm not really good in the technical issues. So I'm sorry, you should ask the other people from our group, because they had developed a really good big plan. What they want to do is that what they want even to get, even before they will do the mints, they want to make the big community all over around the world, and they want to position targeted for every specific country that we would like to target. They would like to target their advertisement specifically country wise and trying to engage the buyers so that they would actually buy that. We have had around the 3,000 positions in the white list, so that we would be able to engage the people who would be most eager to buy it first. And we're going to a day before the main mint, they're going to receive the pre-mint and going to receive the bonuses. When do you plan to do the mint? Well, that's not really soon, because to be honest, because we need to get a lot of arts prepared before we can do the generative collection. So there is a lot of things that we have to work on right now. Plus, before we start this technical part of the project, and I do mean on that preparation of the smart contracts and the sales of the tokens, we need to get the big campaign prepared. So we need to have a informational campaign prepared so that more people would know about that. And we're going to launch, I think, in 3 or 6 months just for the development of the project. Okay, thank you. Okay, dear colleagues, we have limits in time because we're going to have just one last question. So, Maria, please, the floor is yours. Yes, thank you. Just a very brief question, very simple question. I really like the design of your collection. It really looks really modern, really sexy, really cool. And what do you need so that this project would be successful? What kind of resources do you need in your point of view? Well, I do believe that what we need, we'll need all of the resources. So we have to use the influencers that are going to be engaged into our whitelist. No, 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 no. Something that can be measurable, like how much money, how many posts in the social media. Have you planned like these things? Because I need, yes. I can't answer you specifically about that because like we know we want to make our internal currency that we're going to be selling for our sponsors in the we believe that in the future this currency might cost dozens times more, and that's why we would like to get some additional investment for the development of the project. And maybe we will find some money on our own. Maybe we will be looking for some sponsors. I cannot tell you how much does it cost because I'm the one who was actually drawing all of it. But I would like to actually tell you that we have the guys who will give you the calculations in 10 seconds, but they're not telling me anything. So I'm just going to be silent not to spoil your impression. Yes, Alexander, thank you very much for your presentation. We wish you all the successes in the next work. Even that doesn't matter about the results of our hackathon. Right now, we're going to be joined by our next team, the Be Ukrainians team, the team that was under the number 120.
Привіт команді Be
So
Ukraine.
hi, Be Ukrainian team. I have the question straight away. So Be Ukrainian is about being Ukrainian, or it's about Ukrainian bees? Like I'm sorry, but is it just yes? So yes, so yes, we can hear you right now. Yes, I have, turned off the music because I had, I thought like what the music was going on, but I was actually working. I've been following the broadcast. I haven't heard your question. Can you do it again? Yes, I'll repeat the question. You have the naming, be Ukrainian. So what do you mean by that? Being Ukrainian or the bees of Ukraine? Well, that means both. So be a Ukrainian, and there's also about the Ukrainian bees. So basically, because the collection that we have is the collection that unites not only the Ukrainians but the internationals as well. So that's why we're calling it Be Ukrainian. So, okay, are you ready to present your work? So please share your screen. Yes, just a second. Can you now see the presentation? No. Okay.
Так, здається, видно.
Yes, I think we can see that right now. Yes, we can see that. So please, 2 minutes are yours. Please do start. Yes, thank you so much. So I represent today the project that is called the Be Ukrainian, and we are working in the topic Ukraine, the past, current, and future. So Be Ukrainian visual art. So this is a collection of more than thousands of NFTs with the digital variants of Ukrainians and their friends that are always got together to stop the enemy stuck in Ukraine. We have more than 120 variants of different combinations and traits that gives us the opportunity to actually have 10,000 NFT tokens. Among the characters, we have Ukrainians of the past, the Ukrainians that are currently well known, and the Ukrainians of the future that are going to be creating this collection all together. We would like to help children. So this is a charitable collection. So we are collecting money to buy the medications and vitamins that are needed to the children. And the project is created, that's why the Be Ukrainian, we're trying to connect different teams at different charitable foundations that are ready for the collaboration and partnership. We really would like to reach as much people as possible. So right now we have the 3 NFTs, and I'm going to be showing that to you. But we already have this in the pre-mints for all of the 10,000. So we're going to be presenting you the 3 ones from the past, from the current times, and the future. We don't not only have the wars, so there's only this part that we wanted to show you. Speaking on the marketing, we're working with the website, with social media, with the community development, with the professional editions, with calendars. We're working with the media and cultural institutions, and with the in Ukraine and abroad. We're communicating with the communities. We're planning in the events in the meta universe. We're going to be working with the ministries, and we already have the first influencers that we have engaged. And that due to the downfall of the crypto markets, we're going to be have this as charitable donations as well. In all, we're going to be doing um, some we're going to be working on those mechanics as well. Speaking about those next steps that we would like to take, then together with the 80 ambassadors, this is how many we have already. We're going to be working on the specific roadmap. We're going to be creating the specific content plan. We're going to have the marketing strategies that are going to be, our ambassadors are going to help us to do, and we will be developing our project step by step. We have the celebrities among the NFTs in order to bring up additional value to the project. And overall, in our team, we have more than 20 people working, and we have the IT people, we have translators, designers, SMM professionals. We have even a journalist and PR people, so that we were able to reach our main goals. So basically, just for me to get in timing for the 2 minutes, that's all. You see our team, you see our contacts. So please do join us. I think that we will be able to help one another, and we will be definitely helping Ukraine to win. Yes, thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Alexander. We have some time for the jury to ask the question. So please, Maria. Yes, please, Maria. Okay, yes. Okay, so that's very, very strict. We have a line. Yeah. Yeah, so sorry. I was just like, the very fast person who knows how to use Zoom. So, okay, the question is like, what has been created during the hackathon for this for this project, and how have you got this team of 20 people? Can you tell us about that? Like there's all the volunteers. So speaking about the team, so basically this collection overall that has been born um, out of this thought that came up to the 2 friends who really wanted to help Ukraine, and how we started to get other friends engaged. So that is how we had the first part of the team getting on. And then we've engaged the volunteers, and they have been really active in joining us as well. And they've joined us during the hackathon and the times of the hackathon. I know that some people are going to join us further on. We're working with Robota UA, the website that is our partner. They're helping us with this question as well. So we have people coming from different sites. Plus, we had this experience of working with different kind of events, and with the offline and non-NFTs events. So we have the experience in engaging people, engaging the ambassadors, and engaging partners. Have I answered your question? Yes, thank you, Alexander. Nikita, the floor is yours, please. Yes, hi. The question about engaging the community. So, do you plan any kind of activities to engage the community, and what will be the functions of this community then? How, if you see that? So, yes, if you plan that, so what would be that? Like, what do you mean under the functions of the community? But speaking on the activity with community, so yes, we do plan to have some kind of events in Discord. We have Discord, we have Twitter, so we mostly work in those. We also have this Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, but they are targeting a different audience. If speaking about the people who are really interested in the NFT, so we're mostly in Discord. We're going to have some events that are going to be held there. Okay, maybe not the conferences, but we're going to be working on developing what NFT is. We really had this approach of the hackathon. Maybe we'll go doing something like this, maybe not a hackathon, but something that will be able people to get to learn more and about the NFTs and to buy something else. So we'll be collaborating with the ready-made collections. They have their own communities as well. So we're going to be presenting ourselves there. We'll try to do some collaborations. We have the crypto market, crypto exchange from London, which is our partners. They're going to help us with the charitable money and are going to be advertising us for all of their clients. We have another community that is supporting us abroad and supporting us in the Twitter. So they have around 280,000 supporters of the crypto community and NFTs and all around this. So we're building our collaboration like that, so we will be able to cover most of the people as possible. And of course, different kind of campaigns, different kind of, giveaways and stuff. Yes, thank you, Alexander and Andriy. Very, very brief question. Yeah. I'm just going to be once again repeat the question of Maria because I didn't get it clear. So, as far as I've understood, you have got your team before the hackathon, and the hackathon already you worked about as a ready-made team. Yes, we have heard about the hackathon during the process. We started to do something already. We do something right now, but yes, we've started to work before. If you're interested in what we've done during the hackathon, so we have found really interesting mentors that helped us to get to know about the NFTs, because we never worked with NFTs. We have been working with events, children's events, because that's our audience. We had worked with more than 1 million kids during our events. So the idea of the NFT was created during the hackathon, right? Yes, so yes, the military identity was built, yes. Uh, the idea itself and the idea of this future, past, and present, this is all the things that are going to be added out right now. But before that, we had these bees from the different sectors, but not in that kind of a format that much. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Be Ukrainian. We're going to let you go. Thank you very much. Like, yeah, like pitching was really hard for me. Like, I really like the freely communication, not in that kind of a time frame. Yes, thank you very much. Take a breath out, and we are following our broadcasting at the YouTube broadcasting. So we're waiting for the next team, the
Привіт, привіт,
So
привіт.
hi, the team that is called Deers of Kiev. Can you hear us? Yes, I can hear you. Good. So we're giving you all of the kudos for the team, the title of your team. Giving you a big heart from myself as well. So are you ready? Ready to share the
Я можу вже
presentation?
почати,
Yes, can I start
чи
already,
не
or
починати?
do I need to do something? Like, yes, you should share your screen, and you will have the 2 minutes
Я
for the
отак от можу
presentation.
зразу
I can do it
вилізти.
straight away, like if it's possible like this. Okay.
Окей.
But we do not see the screen. We do not see the presentation yet.
Так, давайте ще раз.
Let me just do that
Так.
once again. Can you see it right now? Yes, we can see that
Будете
right
бачити?
now. Yes, good.
Клас.
Good.
Ми в ефірі?
So are we on? Yes, we are on. Please, you can start.
Супер. Я
Great.
радий вас вітати.
So I'm pleased to
Ми
welcome
команда
you,
Київські
and we
олені.
are the team that called ourselves the Deers of Kiev.
Назва
The
майбутнє
title
України
for our
очима
project
дітей.
is The
Тож
Future of
далі
Ukraine
все буде
as
про
seen
дітей
by
та про
children. So
київського
we're going to
оленя.
be talking about kids
Хочу
and about the
зауважити
Deer of
та
Kiev more.
підкреслити, що за
So
останні
I would like
місяці
to
ми
highlight
всі
first of all that throughout the
переконалися
last
у
months we
тому,
have
яке
all
сильне в нас
understood
суспільство.
how strong our society is, and I think we have lost the team lead, or we've lost the sound at least. Can you hear us? Let us just know that you're still here with us. So yes, we will ask our directors to ask the next team if we have the waiting room. So the directors, the technical team, give us some kind of sign that we can make the exchange of the teams, and we're going to give them into different positions then. Okay, so let's wait a second. Okay, so you're here with us, are you? You're with us? You unmute your microphone. You muted yourself.
Так. Вибачте, якщо без мене,
Like, I'm sorry,
не знаю, як це
that's,
вийшло.
I do not know how
Я
that
продовжу.
happened. Yes, Zoom is very unexpected things, but please continue from the place that where you
Так.
stopped.
Е,
Um,
Майбутнє України
yes, okay, so the future of
це
Ukraine in
це
the eyes of
діти.
the children. So we know that the
Майбутнє
future of
України
Ukraine
очима
is
дітей.
children. And, we're
Е,
talking about the future
Я
through the
зупинився
eyes
на
of the
тому,
kids. So now what I've
що
said
благодійність
before was
це
that,
дуже
we've
важлива
understood that
річ
charity
в
is a
сучасному
very
суспільстві,
important
і
thing
ми
right now
бачимо,
in the
яка
current
вона
society, and we
потужна.
have seen how
Тож ми
powerful tool
хочемо
it has been. So
підтримувати
what we
тих,
wanted to
хто
do, we really
підтримує,
would
хто
like to
допомагає людям.
support those who support people.
Зараз.
And
Діти.
so the kids,
Те, в якому стані фізичному та психічному зараз перебувають
the way
діти,
our kids are
це
right now,
впливає на їх
physically and
подальше
emotionally, is
життя.
going to be
Тому
influencing
дуже
their life in
важливо,
the future.
щоб
So that's why it
щоб
is
ми
very important
піклувалися
so that we
про
would
дітей.
care about the kids properly.
Ми знайшли
So we
дуже
have
крутий фонд
found a
допомоги
really
дітям,
cool fund
який
that is
називається
supporting
«Голоси дітей»,
children, that is called the Voices of
та
Children,
домовилися з
and
ними
we have
разом створювати NFT
agreed with
арт
them to create
та
the
продавати його на
NFT art and
маркетплейсах,
to sell it
щоб
at the
збирати
different
гроші
NFT
і
marketplaces
переправляти
to
їх у той
collect
фонд,
money and
який
to try to deliver it
займається
to the
допомогою
charitable
дітям.
foundation that is
Так,
working with
як це
supporting
відбувається?
children.
Ми
So how it is done? How does
записуємо,
that
ми
work?
задаємо питання
So
дитині,
we are
яким
asking
бачить
a
вона
child a question
майбутнє
of
України.
how do they see the
Вона
future
записує
of
це на
Ukraine.
відео.
They're
Ми за
recording a
допомогою
video
анімації
answer with the help
від
of
Київського
animation,
оленя,
with
з
the help
всесвіту
of
Київського
from the
оленя
universe of the deer
візуалізуємо
of Kiev.
розквіт
We're
дитини та створюємо
visualizing
NFT.
what the child has
Це
told us, and we're
механіка.
creating the NFT. This
Трішки
is
про
going to be the
всесвіт
main mechanic
Київського
behind
оленя.
the project.
Це
A little bit about
проект,
the universe of the
це візуальний
deer
інструмент
of Kiev.
сторітелінгу,
So this is a
гнучкий,
visual
адаптивний.
storytelling
За
tool,
допомогою
very
нього ми
flexible, very
можемо
adaptive. With the help of this
розповідати історії.
project, we
Наприклад,
can tell
наприклад,
different stories. For
всесвіт
example,
ці герої
this
допомагають нам
universe and
створювати ці
this
самі
universe and those
NFT-шки
characters
з
will
дітьми.
help us to create
Я не
an
знаю,
NFT tokens with
ви
the
можете
children.
перейти
Like,
подивитися.
I think that you
Тут
can go
презентації
and
його
take a
нема,
look at
але
that because we don't
ми
have it in the
замінтили
presentation, but we
першу
have already
NFT-шку, додали
minted
її
our
до
first NFT, and
до
we have already
маркетплейсу
added
OpenSea.
it to the OpenSea
Там все
marketplace,
підписано,
so
все
everything is
працює.
signed there, so
Так.
everything works
Що
properly
далі?
there. So what
Далі
else did I wanted to
Київський
mention?
олень
So
як проект, як медійний проект
Deer
продовжить
of
свій
Kiev
розвиток.
as a media project is going to be
NFT
continuing
технології
its
то є
development. The
лише
NFT
часткою,
technologies is going to be
однією
just
з
one
ланкою
of the parts
монетизації,
of the projects
але
and
дуже
one of the
цікавою,
ways
і
of
ми зацікавилися цим,
monetization
тому
of our
прийшли
project. But it's very
на
interesting, and we got
Hackathon.
really interested into that. That's why we
Ми
went to
будемо
the hackathon.
створювати різні
We're
колаборації
going
з
to be
українськими
creating
проектами,
different collaborations
і не
with
тільки з
other
українськими,
Ukrainian
мабуть.
projects, and I do hope with international projects
Також
as well.
ми хочемо допомагати
We
і будемо
also want
допомагати,
to
і
help,
як
and we
зможемо
will be
і дітям, і
helping
не
with
дітям також.
however we can to kids and
У нас є
adults
маркетингова
as well.
стратегія. Ми
So we have a marketing
розробили теж
strategy. We have
по
been
посиланням по
developing.
QR-коду можна перейти і
You can
подивитися
take a
дуже
look at
детально
this link and the QR code. You can take a
наш
look in more
план.
details about our main
Соцмережі, у
marketing
нас є свої
plans, the
соцмережі,
social
у нас є
media. We have the
соцмережі
social media
партнерів,
of our own. We have the
публікації в
social media of
тематичних
our partners,
пабліках
publications in the
десь
publics,
біля блокчейну, NFT
the
і так
publics group
далі.
that are around
Залучення
the
лідерів суспільних
blockchain,
думок,
where are
статті в
engaging the leaders of the
інтернет-виданнях.
public opinion. We have the articles in the internet editions
Все
about
продумано.
us. So
Це
everything
ми,
has been sold. So
я
this
зліва.
is us. I'm on the left.
Це Олександр Каліберда,
And we also have my
художник
pal Alexandra
та
Kaliberda, who
продюсер
is
проекту.
the artist and the producer of the
Підписуйтесь на
project.
наші
So you can
твіттери,
sign
будь
up
ласка.
to our
І це
Twitters as well.
посилання на
And
наші
this is the link
соціальні
to
мережі і на
our
наш сайт.
social media and the
Відвідуйте,
links
будь
to
ласка.
our website. You can visit that as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Dias of Kiev. We have the questions from the jury. Please, Nikita. Hi. I can see that. Well, first of all, I see that in your NFTs, you don't have a deer, but you have a cat who is answering the questions in Ukrainian. So if the project has an ambition to become global, so how can you resolve this issue? How can you make it, clear and understandable for the English-speaking audience, for example? And where are the deers there,
Київський
actually?
олень це
The
тому,
deer of
що,
Kiev,
як би
that's
мовити,
because,
головний герой
the main
олень.
character here
У
is
нього є
a
багато
deer,
друзів,
but
героїв,
he has a
які
lot of friends
виконують
and a lot of
різні
friends,
ролі,
a
у
lot
них
of
є
other
свої характери
characters,
і
because, they
можливості.
make different
Тож
parts and they have their own characters and,
назва проекту,
possibilities.
вона просто
So the
йде
title of the
від
project
головного
is
героя.
named after the main
Як
character.
зробити це для
How to make
зрозумілим для
it clear
іноземців?
and understandable for the
Зробити це
foreigners? Well,
зрозумілим,
we're going to make it
перекласти,
clear.
зробити
We're going to
адаптацію.
translate that. We're
Зараз
going to
ми
adapt that. And we
про це
are
не думали,
we haven't
про
thought
те,
about that
чи ми
yet.
будемо зрозумілими, але
Honestly, we
візуальний
haven't thought that
арт,
we will be clear, but I think that
він
the visual
настільки
art
простий для
is quite
зрозуміння,
simple
що
for general understanding than
самі
I think
історії,
that, the stories are going to
які
speak for
розказують
itself.
наші
The
герої,
stories that
вони
are going
повинні
to be
бути
told by
зрозумілими
our
без
characters,
всіляких
they should be
пояснень.
clear with no
А маркетинг,
additional language
я думаю,
explanations.
підлаштується під
But
ці
marketing,
питання,
I think
під ці
we
задачі.
can
Тобто
update
це
to those
не є
tasks.
проблемою.
So I don't think it's going to be a very big
Цей
problem.
інструмент вже гнучкий, і він
This tool
може
is flexible enough,
втиснутись в
and we will be able
будь-який
to
простір.
fit any kind of space.
Я сподіваюся, я відповів на
I hope I've answered your question.
Дякуємо, Олександре. Чи є у нас
Thank you, Alexander. Do we
Будь
have
ласка,
more
будь
questions
ласка,
from
давайте
our
ще.
jury? Yes, please, if you have any questions.
Так, якщо я бачу, що Ілона...
Okay, I think so everyone put their
Я
dears
дуже
on
радий,
and
що
there's
вам
no questions.
сподобалось. Я
Yes, I'm really
сподіваюся,
happy
всім
that you've liked
сподобалося.
it. I hope that everyone
Долучайтесь
liked
до
that.
наших соціальних
So you
мереж,
can also join our
надсилайте
social
свої історії,
media. You can send
комунікуйте
your
з нами.
stories,
Ми будемо дуже
communicate with
раді
us. We're
будь-якій
going to be really
колаборації, бо це
happy
весело,
to have
бо це
any
буде
collaboration
допомагати
because it's fun,
нам
because it's
всім.
definitely going to helping every one of us.
Дякуємо, друзі.
Yes, thank you, dear friends. So thank you very much, team number 3, the Deers of Kiev. They've ended their presentation of their NFT project. Thank you very much.
Дякую вам
Take some
за
rest.
технічні
Thank you very much
нюанси.
and sorry for these technical moments. No, that's okay. Everything's good. We're online, we're live, and you know that live and online, there's all the things possible. So the next team should be ready. There's the team that's called Varanek. So I'm really like the titles of our this year's finalists in the hackathon. I think it's like a hit parade of good titles. So we're inviting the Varanek team to join us in our live broadcasting. So do we have the team lead? Let us take a look.
Максиме, вітаємо вас. Вітаємо
So
вас.
Maxim, hi, we're pleased to welcome you. You are in the final of our hackathon, and right now you will have this opportunity to present the work of your team. So please, you can share your screen and you can start your speech and your presentation. Yes, thank you. Please just let me know if you see my presentation. Yes, we can see your presentation. Good. Let us go then. So hi everyone, my name is Maxim and I'm going to be telling you today about what we're going to debate with Varanek NFT. We created a visual art about the past, present, and the future of Ukraine. During our joint work, we have understood that the people who like Ukrainian cuisine, they don't have a community, and overall, the world doesn't know enough about Ukrainian gastroculture. But we see the very positive trend of promoting Ukrainian culture around the world, and we can give an example that Ukrainian borscht is now admitted as the legacy of the UNESCO. So we know that Ukrainian cuisine has a great potential to be interesting about the people. That is why we created Varanek NFT. Varanek, which is a dumpling, all gives us the opportunity to learn more about the culture of Ukraine as well as the gastronomic culture. So right now we have 100 uniquely generated tokens with unique attributes. With the help of Varanek NFT, we would like to get people united around Ukrainian culture. In our understanding, Varanek NFT is first of all the community for the ambassadors of Ukrainian cuisine with exclusive content, with the offers from the partners of the projects and the desire to get Ukraine to its victory. We're really happy that during the hackathon, we not only created the idea, but also implemented it. So that is why our collection is already available at the OpenSea. Take a look at the QR code. So a little bit about our target audience. We have the B2C segment. Those are the people who love and eat Ukrainian culture and cuisine. And we also have to B2B build, which is the Horeca. So we have developed the two different strategies. The B2C strategy, we have the giveaways, strategies, collaborations with the cook chefs. B2B strategies about creating a unique offers from the partners of the project and improving the knowledge about the brand. So our steps are created 5 months in advance, working with B2C and B2B marketing, promotions in the social media, and the minting of the new collection. Our team is made full of people, and partly we have been built our team during the hackathon. The more we'll get to more soon, so please join our social media and keep us. We'll keep you updated. Thank you very much, Maxim. Thank you very much for being that fast. You have decided that you will give straight away our, with the talking about the food. That's good. Okay, that's a good decision. So, okay, the dear jury, if you'll have any questions, this is the high time for you to ask those. Yes, thank you very much for your presentations. You mentioned in the end that your team has been partly built up during the hackathon. Can you tell us more about that? So what part of the team has already existed before, and maybe how the idea changed or got broader during the hackathon? We have found our designer at the hackathon. Before that, for me as a team lead and our tech lead and our project manager, we have come here together as a team, and our main goal for the hackathon was to create an idea and to find a designer that will help us to implement it. We have found it successfully. So yes, we have partly built up our team during hackathon. Okay, thank you. We have a question from Andriy Skyba. So the strategy, that was just a vision, or you have already have some, like the primal agreements with someone, some maybe companies have said, okay, we will take the part of your strategy and start implementing that? That's a very good question. Thank you very much. So, as far as the idea has been created during the hackathon from blank, we didn't have a lot of time to work on that. So we didn't have, we didn't have the active work. So we never had these direct agreements to work with us. So we haven't worked yet with the B2B or B2C audiences, but we're still going to be working on that. A question from Maria, please. Yes, I also had a question about this B2B strategy. So, have you had any successful cases in Ukraine or abroad, the one that you can be also looking up to? That's a good question as well. From what we know, I cannot tell you about that right now. But we clearly understand how it might work with our first collection. So we have 100 of 100 of tokens. We have the list of the chefs and influencers that we would like to talk to them, and we would like to talk to them for building up the community. So the first goal would be to create the first collection to build up the community, and then invest in this money and to build up the community with new collections, with new dishes, with unique partners. When we have their business attributes, that is going to be influencing positively the ambassadors of Ukrainian cuisine, and for the business owners that are going to be building the gastro culture of Ukraine. Yes, thank you very much, Maxim. That was very cool that you have been really honest about that, and it's very good that you have the plans for the short and long-term perspective. That's very good. Have some rest, and we are keep on going on. The next team that is going to join us here in the air in a second, the Scroll Arts team 148, and we would like to invite the team lead to join us as well. Tatiana, hi. Hope you can hear us well. Yes, I can hear you well. Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. We can see you. You can launch the presentation, please, and you can start your speech as well. So, hi everyone. I really wanted to do that really fast way, but right now, one thing that I wanted to do was to do like this, because basically the NFT and the Hackathon 3.0 is not about speed or being the coolest person here. It's about humanity and trust. So that is why I wanted to do that in a very amicable manner, but try to do very, very fast, because we still have the time limit to tell you about our project. So I'm working with a scroller. With scrollings, I'm actually creating arts out of absolutely atypical lines. So I've created this collection in 2020. At that moment, we have all got downsized during that, but we have seen some opportunities to grow. Right now, during the war, but now the level is much higher and stakes are much higher. The mission of our project is to inspire Ukrainians to find this new superpower in themselves and to implement that and to turn them into good. While some people can only see chaotic lines in the scrolling, so the other people see the good opportunities. So that is about those opportunities is what the project is about the professions of the future. We created the number of NFT tokens. When we have the GIF pictures, you can see the chaotic lines and you can see the image that has been created based on that. So we worked on the uniqueness of each character. So you can make the screenshot just to take a look at our first collection, and I'm going to give you the announcement of the next. We have hidden some of the elements so you can use your imagination as well. So this is our project during the hackathon. We had the 50% of all of our costs were going to be given to the foundation of the restoration of Ukraine. We would like to have 1 million hryvnias, and we also will have some additional pluses for the buyers as well. We have some preliminary agreements on collaboration already. So our team is made of me and my sister Svetlana. She's the co-author and the designer of our project. You know, the world of the scrolling writer. For you just to understand, we will be able to introduce our ambitions in Ukraine and abroad. Thank you for your attention. Tatiana, you were really fast. Thank you so much. You've said that we have a very warm and amicable atmosphere here. That's sure. So please be calm. Everything's okay. We're going to talk to the jury, and the jury will ask you some questions that might be interesting for them, and everything's okay. Yes, of course. Of course, please. I would like to start. So, what would be the bonuses for the buyers? For the ones who are going to be buying the tokens. Among the bonuses, so if the clients want, then you can send their own scroll, and we're going to create a new image for the next collection, for the next series out of that. We're also inviting them to the closed channel where they're going to talk to the artists, and so they're definitely going to learn more about this new series, and they will have this first opportunity to buy. So this is going to be like the premiere into this closed channel. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, dear jury, do we have any more questions to the scroll art team? Okay, no questions? Then we had a very brief presentation, very laconic and very clear in my point of view. So I think we can let Tatiana go. Okay, Tatiana, so please keep on following us on the YouTube broadcasting and please stay with us. We're going to be really happy to see you soon. So thank you very much. The next team that is going to join us is going to be the NFT Art Ukraine team, but my directors tell us that they haven't joined us yet. So that is why we're going to go to the team after that. And that's why we're inviting. And the next team is going to be Ukraine is me team. So, okay, Ukraine is me team. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Please join our broadcasting. So yes, we see the NFT Art Ukraine team. They've heard that they might miss their turn and they have joined us even faster than the team after that. So please, the team leads of the NFT Art Ukraine, pleased to welcome you. You're here, you're in the finals. Just let us know whether you can see us and hear us. Let us know that you have it. Yes, I can hear you well. I can hear you well and see you well. Okay, we're starting with your presentation. You have 2 minutes, so please, and then we'll have the Q&A, please. Imagine that you can buy whatever kind of goods for the cryptocurrency and with your own banking cards. My name is, I'm presenting the post stamps in NFT. That's going to be the new trend in digital dimension. and a very good opportunity to collect money to support Ukraine. For example, we now have created the first art, the Borscht art. So the owners of our tokens will be able to receive the real post stamp that's going to be printed in Ukr post office, and they will be able to have it in the digital world. So basically, that will be easy to use our future marketplace, and they will have the discounts for additional goods there. We also would like to engage more people, the stamp collectors, for our web collection as well. The money that we would win, we would develop for the marketing strategy, defining the main communication passes. We want to have this whitelist system. We wanted to have the internet auctions, the social media, the online events that we were getting one of them prepared already, and to have the collaborations with influencers and others. So the concept of our marketplaces would be that the author should earn in order to help others. So this is something that our stamps are going to be doing as well. After we're going to sell our first stamps, we're going to analyze our strategy, and we're going to launch the new stamps, and we're going to launch the marketplace. Our team has quite a lot of experience in organizing events and organizing the projects, but the hackathon has been the very first thing for us. It helped us to get oriented and to get our motivation on the burning level. We would like to engage more organizations. We have already had some support. We have already um, had the communication with Ukrainian Student League. They have a really big community, and we started to talk to a bigger Ukrainian company. Unfortunately, I cannot mention that because it's still on the stage of negotiations. We're really grateful to our mentors because they really helped us to feel freer in this space. And we're really happy that they've helped us to get it all together in one line. And they've helped us to add up the new features to our creative ideas. And that's why we are having it as it is today. Thank you very much for the attention. I'm really grateful to the organizers, and I'm really grateful to the colleagues that have been participating in all of that. I'm looking forward to your questions. Yes, I think your microphone is muted. Oh, yes, sorry, yes, muted my microphone. So, okay, yes, thank you very much for your presentation. That was really brief and really cool. We have 3 questions from our jury, so I think Nikita was the first to raise his hand. So, please, Nikita. So, okay, do you know your competitors, and can you actually mention your competitors? Well, yes, we know our competitors. So we have been following the very big and popular marketplaces. They have some problems because they are not targeted for they're not targeted for so no, they're not targeted for the charitable projects or something else. Yes, no, I just clarify that. So do you know the NFT marketplaces who are working with the NFT stamps? Yes, even during our communication with the mentors, we have learned about those ones that have been worked with them, and we know that about the History Museum. But we want to create our own marketplace that's going to be like the private marketplace. Still, going through the different marketplaces and their experience, we wanted to take this availability that exists at the foundation or in the open sea. So basically, every person can post their project there. Yes, thank you. We have a question from Maria. Maria, please. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, first, stamp and marketplace, that's something really cool. But I think that is something that is works out well. And then, how do you work with the collaboration with Ukr Yes, Ukr collaboration, you don't need to create your own stamps because basically the stamp itself is easy to be created. They have the function, they have this offer. We can start the collaboration with Ukr because we had the collaboration with Ukr in having this event in Odessa in the main post office. I haven't mentioned that because, when we're talking about the collaboration, that it has to be for me, it really means that you will have to have it signed in an agreement or something like this. But the event that we're about to have by the end of this month in Odessa, so it wouldn't have been possible without Ukr. So I just like, yes, I do believe that it's an important part of this marketing strategy because, this is going to be your train that's going to be driving you forwards. Yes, yes, I do understand that. I think I should have mentioned that because I thought that, just saying the word, the main post office would be enough. Okay, the most important thing that you have the main vector for the further direction. We have a question from Ksenia, please. Yes, thank you very much. Speaking from the cultural part of view, because I'm always asking the question about the content and about the creative parts. I have a question of whether you have thoughts, about whether your creative part and content part should be your advantage. Because when you're talking about Ukhrposhta, so if we will consider, like for example, the Groch artist who has painted this, the first stamp with the Russian warship that has been very popular among the analog stamp collectors. So, the first thing that he said, like, I'm not selling NFT. And, so the one thing that I've actually wanted to ask you, so whether you believe the creative part is going to be your main advantage. Yes, yes, for sure we are. So, we have a lot of creative works that have been applied to our platform already because the project for the NFT Art Ukraine is the project that have been created long before. But right now at this hackathon, we have shaped it better. We have now found a different point of view. We have found it more contentful. What I wanted to say, so yeah, we do have some pieces that have already been applied to that are made in such a nice style that they have a really great idea and the concept behind them. So right now we are considering this piece, the Borscht piece, because we thought that it would be the most interesting for the first launch. For the next, I think we are considering the creatives, the pieces of this author or the same artist, but we have more than 200 other um, pieces that might be as well used for that as stamps. But still, we will need to analyze our strategy to do that. We'll need to develop the strategies and our sales to do that, to make this choice. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Leon. Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much for answering the question. There's a lot of things for you to think about and work on. And this is the most important thing. You have a lot of things in the future. Thank you so much. We are inviting the next team, which is Ukraine is us, and we are waiting for them here in a couple of seconds.
Привіт, привіт.
Hi, hi, hi. So we have the team Ukraine is me with us. We have Lilia, their team lead. Can you hear us? We can hear us. Can you see my screen? Yes, we can see your screen. Great. You have the time for the presentation. Yes, hi, my name is Lila, Team 155. That our project is titled Ukrainian Spies. The topic of my project is the future development of the touristic sector of Ukraine after the war. The category is photo. We would like to engage more people from all over the world to come to Ukraine and to see Ukraine, our kind, beautiful Ukraine with our beautiful cities, history, culture, and all of the other things. This NFT collection is going to be made at least from 100 unique NFT tokens. And at this page, you can see the first NFT tokens that I've created. When you buy this NFT tokens, you're going to have the promo codes and discounts for the tour, for the flights, for the free to charge tours. I would like to make this collaboration together with a Join Up operation, the Sky app company. So they really like this idea, and next week I'm going to be presenting them this idea in details. I would really wanted to create this digital campaign that I'm going to be promoting Ukraine in among the people, and I'm going to be speaking more about our projects and the Instagram pages of our partners and in the Telegram channels in the closed chat for the travel agents and for the communities for the different communities as well. I've also have created the pages for the collections in Twitter and Instagram, and I've made the first post already, going to be telling more about these collections. I plan to continue working on my collection. The first 10 NFT tokens are going to be uploaded soon, and in a month before the projects will start, we will be creating the new projects, and we're going to be launching the last 90 pieces of the collection. Together with our partners, I'm going to be creating the roadmap of the project, working with the whitelist and developing the smart contracts, and discussing the technical parts mostly. And I participated alone on this hackathon, but with the help of the mentors and experts, I've managed to complete this project. So thank you very much. You know, I'm working with the Join Up and Sky Up in the marketing team. So together with our digital and marketing team, I know that we will be able to implement in this project. So thank you very much for your attention. I wish you all the best and have the best day. Yes, thank you, Lydia. Thank you very much. You know, it's actually really courageous that you have made this project all alone and you were able to get it to the finals. That's bravo. That's really, really cool. So that was really, really hard, but I've tried my best. You know, I even taken the days off for my work just to complete this project. So you see, dear jury, what kind of things our participants do to get into the finals, and they do get into the finals. Do you have any questions from the jury? Yes, please, Nikita Khudiakov. Yes, I have a lot of questions actually, but let me start with something simple. So from your point of view, from the point of view of the users, how that should work? You know, receiving this discount or receiving some sort of benefits from this tour operator. There's going to be the unique promo codes that they're going to be having. So when you're going to be booking the flights, you will have this opportunity where there's going to be the button or the opportunity to enter the code. You have the NFT, you're going to this, there's going to be a separate page. Well, there's going to be more working with this backend and with a team. We're going to be developing a specific team, so we will be able to follow whether this token exists, and they will be working with a crypto wallet then. Okay, then it's quite clear. So have you actually thought that what's going to be happening when you're going to be transferring the token? So for example, if I would like to have a discount, so I can send the token, for example, to, or like, you know, people can send this token to me for just 5 minutes. So I would use the discount and I would be actually able to give this token away. So might that be a problem or no? Yes, we also considered this question as well. And so it's going to be working as this loyalty program. So might use this one promo code that you might use on a constant basis, and you can transfer that. It will be the minimal discount, for example, like $30. And there's going to be an active rate that you can only use it, like, for example, color-wise through these NFTs. And that's going to be more written, basically detailed written in the digital contract, in the smart contracts. For example, the NFT with this kind of picture is going to be like, for example, the free of charge flights, and there's going to be tracking this transfers of those NFTs. Can I have one more question if no one else has any questions more? Yes, please. Yes, so does that mean that the price of the ticket is going to be included into the price of the token or the NFT? So if yes, then what should you do when you're going to be reselling that? So do you have any additional motivation to resell this token or to buy that at the secondary market? If the function of, for example, having this discount is going to be used already. Yes, I want to get it into the details on those conditions. For example, if it's going to be free token of the free tour or free flight, then you will be able to use this on, like, for example, once in half a year. So there's going to be certain rules that are going to be ingrained into the code. And when you're going to be booking, you will not be able to, you're not going to be able to, transfer that. Only if you resell it, the next person will be able to buy it and they can use this discount in a half a year or in a year. So we will get into the details of this project when we're going to be talking about that with Joins Up and with our other partners. Okay, cool. Thank you. Do we have more questions from the jury? And no more questions, then thank you very much, Lilia. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your work. And we are continuing moving on among our finalists. The next team that is going to join us will be the team 113, the Share World, and we're going to be inviting their team leads in a second.
Дмитре, привіт.
So, Dmitro, hi. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Unmute yourself, please. Yes, hi. Hi, everyone. Yes, hi. You can hear us. That's good. And I hope that you can see us as well. So are you ready to present your piece? Yes, of course. Good, then please do that. So just give me a second. So we're presenting you the project, the Alliance Learn Ukrainian. And the main idea of this project is that right now we should preserve our legacy, the legacy of our past for our future. And one of those legacies that we have is our language, the language that in the future the Alliance are going to be studying as the most widespread language all over the world. So the idea of the token is to actually get a promotion of learning Ukrainian and improving the protection of Ukraine. The tokens actually use the words from Ukrainian quotes from the literature from the 14th century with Latin calligraphy and with Ukrainian ornaments. So these tokens will give you a lot of bonuses to their owner, that will give some discounts, the closed communities, the opportunity to influence the decisions for the publishers and the writers, the speaking clubs, the classes for the children, so on and so forth. And of course, the community that you will be able to continue in learning Ukrainian and spreading Ukrainian. So we're going to be promoting it as usual in the advertisement in the social media, or indeed unique collaborations with the writers, teachers, publishers. The mechanics of the token offers you to use additional bonuses when you are using the bonuses that we offer. And when you have certain number of points, then the token turns into written. The 3 written words can create a new token, the token of the highest level that will be going to be the quote. Right now, we haven't designed them yet. The old tokens, they do not disappear. We're not going to be just taking them down, but they will lose some other bonuses. But the new bonus give more discounts, more bonuses, more events, so on and so forth. So we're going to have a nice education project with a good mechanics and a really good secondary market that's going to be stimulated by the additional functions of the tokens. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much, Dmitro, for your presentation. I know that there's going to be a lot of questions about this provocational topic. So please, Maria. Yes, I think that I didn't have this information on the team. I hope that you will tell us a little bit more about your team. And the second question, the NFT is really hard to explain to the general public. How are you going to be actually, explaining it to make it really popular? Okay, thank you very much for the question. When talking about the team, there's not a lot of time to talk about the team because the team is just me. I'm alone, and I'm an artist from Kiev, and I've I've been to the meta history as an artist, and I don't know how to promote that as among the people. I think that this talking is should not be I think for people who do not know what NFT is just like a discount card. So you can receive it due to the specific mechanism, and you can use it just to have some discounts, visit events, talk to people, talk to writers and others. So kind of, just making the usage of this NFT as it's been done in other countries, as if it just, a document or a discount card. I have a question as well. So have you consulted someone, and have you consulted someone that's about the opportunities for this idea? And so basically that's not that easy to do as actually as you want to do that. Yes, I've talked to Serhiy Ditko about the technical part of it, and yes, yeah, he said that my idea is a genius idea. And the idea is to, of course, we understand that we need to have a developer. So this is one of my first steps is to get a bigger team. I have this targetologist, I have the people who works with marketing, but the main position is, for example, I need to have these developer, and we need to create a smart contract as well. But I kind of have this idea with the banks there, and so he has actually told me about that. There's going to be a process in this NFT wallet. When you are connected to the discount, you'll be able to check it out. So this way, we'll be able to have this closed events with the closed rooms, and the person can only get with this token. So this is going to be decreasing some pressure for the development. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the Shasvit team. And thank you very much. We wish you all the successes in your work. So, we have passed the half of the projects. Right now, we're going to have team number 36, the Talashev Art. So we are inviting the team lead in a couple of seconds. So Natalia, can you hear us? Yes, hi. Yes, I can hear you, but I can also. Yes, yes. Hi, 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 Natalia. Yes, hi. My name is Natalia, and I present the Teleshev art team for Ukrainian Goddesses Creative. Yes. Okay, so we can start with your presentation, please. So, Ukrainian Goddesses is a creative project that is made of the animated digital gadget with the usage of the AR technologies. That's a very popular technology that has been already used in the museums, exhibitions, has been used for books already. It's now getting been really, really popular. So that's why I wanted to use it as well to promote the concept of the idea of Ukraine in a war, and that's why I've used the image of the victory goddess Matislava, who is the Slavic god in the traditional Ukrainian clothes that is going to be transformed into the modern protector of Ukraine. This project also highlights the military man of the armed forces of Ukraine for the women in the army, and also it gives us the opportunity to draw our attention to the role of a woman in a war in the past, in present, and in the future. The originality of the project is about the AR component to the NFT, so the potential owner of the NFT, they might have their picture and they might have additional interactive videos towards this image that they will receive. So I do believe that this concept is very interesting and original. We already have the link for the OpenSea NFT that we have already minted. So you can see that the marketing strategy is made of for creating the minting accounts. We also have the accounts for the promotion in Twitter, in Instagram, and on Reddit. I also have this influence marketing part for making this portraits in this work, and we had Daria Stafieva who have agreed to work on this project. She has given us the opportunity to draw her on this project, and she's going to be how to put it this way, she's going to be helping us with the promo of this NFT as well. So she's going to help us to promote this creative, to promote this project. So we're going to be creating the accounts and generating the ideas, engaging the influencers, and creating the animations and the pictures up by the team. The team is made of me and my friend and assistant, Anna Lazarko. She is the one that had made the AR effects. So this is the references that we've used. Those are the pictures themselves. So those are the two portraits. One of those is going to be changed from one to another, and the video that we had. This is the video without the usage of the AR. It's just the video itself, and you can see that right now you can see the process of the change and the very brief animation at the very beginning. Then again, she's turning into the military woman. And at the next slide, you can see, just a second. You can see how it works with the AR. So the first video that you have seen, that's the RT Live. And for the potential buyers, we have created the account with those files for them, specifically for them, for the buyers. So when the person has already bought the NFT, they already own with this account with the portrait and the video. And up to this NFT, we had additional link to the RT Bytes. The second video was just the process. That is how it's been implemented in Instagram as a filter. But as you can see, it's been made in a very bad way. So this is just the test out for us, because we have lots of censorship about showing the weapons in the Instagram. So right now, this is as just a test out as the filter. And we're only thinking about these opportunities to be created as a filter in the Instagram. So that's all. That's our team. This is our contacts, and thank you very much for your attention. Yes, thank you very much, Natalia, for your presentation. There's already questions coming from the jury. Please, Maria. Yes, I'm ready to answer. Yes, so thank you. You know, that's not a question, it is more of a command from you, for you and for the other participants. You know, the 50% of the pitch is the speaker. We were not able to see you through all the time when you were showing the presentation. We only have seen the flowers on the slides. You know, we haven't seen you, like for the last 30 seconds, we have seen the work itself. Building kind of suspense, I was slightly disappointed because like, okay, now I will see the person. Now I'm going to be so the dynamics of the pitch was not really good. Okay, the questions about the Instagram. So what kind of problem is that? Are you going to be uploading this mask? I just need to understand whether you know how to do this technically. It's not just about the censorship for the weapon. Yes, thank you very much for the question. The thing has already been implemented for the RT5, but with Instagram, I had a help from my friend. But it is that the censorship just doesn't give us the opportunity to implement this project fully with the image of the weapon. So I think we will just wait till Instagram is going to change, or we're going to blur the weapon fully. Or as you can see, I have had this sign of glory to Ukraine just instead of the weapon. So we are now working on it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Natalia. The question from Nikita Khudiakov. Yes, I have a very tough question, actually. But for example, tomorrow you will learn that RT5 is going to support Russia. What are you going to do with that? Well, I'm going to be editing the description of my NFT and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to be searching for a different platform. So, okay, but the description is going to be in the metadata in the end, right? Well, yes, it has to be in the metadata because, you know, in the OpenSea, for this, there are some specifics about these tokens. So can you be able to edit it? Like if it's going to be bot? No. That's all. So, okay, that was a very provocative question. Yeah, but this is my first experience, so that's very good we have these provocative questions. Yes, it's just, for the future. For the future. Yes, I also wanted to implement it as the charity NFT in the future. Yes, I always wanted to say to our participants of the hackathon that you have to think of the jury's questions quite serious and quite good, because they will be able to criticize you, but they will do that with a good aim. So the participants are always really happy after that, because our mentors are also being really grateful, because they have been very cruel to them at the checkpoints, but we know that there are the best people that are going to helping you on your way in this project. Thank you very much for your cool presentation. Yes, thank you so much for your attention. Okay, we'll keep on moving on, and the next team that is going to join us in a second is going to be the team that is titled From Lisbon to Lysychansk, and we're waiting for our team lead in a couple of seconds.
Анна, доброго дня.
Anna, hi. Yes, hi, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to participate in this hackathon. It really charges you with a lot of energy. Anna, hi. We're pleased to welcome you in the finals. We're welcoming your project. So you have 2 minutes to present your project. So you can share the screen, please. Yes, just a second. So hi everyone, I'm going to be presenting the project's UN NFT chain, and so we had an idea that we wanted to create the chain, the live chain from throughout all of Europe to the hottest part of Ukraine. So we wanted to have a virtual chain, and we have been mostly inspired by the historical. Anna, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but please, are you going to have a presentation? Can you share the presentation? You do not see the presentation. No, we do not see your presentation. Just give me a second. Right now we see, but please do with that full screen. Yes, full screen, please. Yes. Yes, now we can see that. Thank you. Okay, so so that is why we wanted to create a virtual human chain. And, it's the live chain when people are standing one by another, holding their hands, and in that way they are showing their support to some global idea. But our idea was to do that virtually. So basically to help Ukraine and to preserve our Ukrainian integrity. And as far as people are going to stand up holding their hands, and their hands are going to be the most important thing is holding hands, is the main idea of actually working on that. So we've had the Aspa Bionics, the one that are going the prosthetics that are able to change the life of people. So we have contacted them. They have given us, they wanted to collaborate with us. So 80% of all of the sales of our NFTs that we're going to be providing to, with that, we're going to help our fighters, our warriors that have been injured. So this is the team. So we have 2 artists and myself and our musician, and basically this is the project of our project, because right now we're all around the world, and during the hackathon we started with nothing. I wanted to join a different team first, but then we had an idea, and we had created a team, and we have had a difference in project dynamics. We have made a lot of different sketches, and this is our final work. This is our first work and the parts of the work. So each of our artists in the live chain, they're going to be creating a picture where they have right hand and left hand, and our final picture is going to be the left hand from artist A, and so actually creating the connections between left and right arms of different artists, and we will create the virtual chain that holds hands. The marketing strategies, we're working with our promos, with artists, with partners. We really would like to engage a lot of artists to this project, and we're also for the European Union countries, we would like to send the press releases for the charitable organizations and to use that as like offline, to have this offline and crypto pairs. We would like to work with them as well. And we wanted, our also artists, they wanted to show their works alive, and we would like to plan a couple of the exhibitions exclusively for Twitter. We have built up the concept that you can only see the full work of the artist on Twitter, and in the OpenSea platform, you will be able to buy our NFT. And we also have a vision of how the project will end, because the end of the project is the end of the war. We do hope that it will come fast. So basically, that will be definitely important for us to help all of the wounded. And we had the idea as well. So we have one collection. So we have the ideas of how the other collections might be. If the first collection is going to be popular, then the next collection will be from Helsinki to Kharkiv, from Barcelona to Bucha. Or we only have the idea of talking about the contemporary Ukraine. So that might be engage the photographers who have made the photos of war, and we can also make the collages out of their photos, out of their hands there as well. Thank you very much for your attention. Yes, thank you very much, Anna Mikheeva. Thank you very much for this presentation. Thank you very much for working on those artworks that are connected to something that is relevant for every Ukrainian nowadays. Okay, the questions from the jury, Maria. Yes, thank you very much. So, greetings from Lisbon, by the way. So, the first question, like, what are the crypto pairs? Are because, like, maybe I missed something. Then another thing is like, how many works do you have already? How many you would like to use during mint through the 3 months? This crypto pairs, we have a crypto bar in Kiev already. So, and in Lisbon, they have it as well. So this is actually, you can pay with money, and it's also, this is like a physical pub, so you can come and talk to this like-minded people. And I think that it's very cool thing happening, and you can actually see the pictures from our campaign there, or we can share about that, our campaign with that. So this is what we might do. So right now we have 5 artists in our team, but I have already invited an artist from Lisbon, from Ukraine. So that was the idea that we wanted to do, because it has to be a human chain, and the artist is going to be making one piece and is going to be inviting another artist, taking by the hand. So I do hope that we're going to have a lot of participants. Well, this is also connected to the question that I wanted to ask, and maybe that is going to be a little bit more elaborating on this point of view. The question is, like, how are you going to be inviting and engaging the artists to that? Because, in this very moment, this very specific piece, or like working with a specific, left and right hands, it's a very specific technical task, that's a technical assignment, and not all of the artists, and you might prove me wrong, is going to be working with. So I don't know whether you will be able to find so many artists that will be interested in this kind of a very, very narrow TA. Yes, thank you very much for this question. That's very interesting, because when we have been working on the hackathon, it's, the artists, they are asking me, like, give me the specific task. What should I paint? As an illustrator, I've also made this, right and left hands. How will it look like? And how many pixels should it be? Like, what would be the format that the people are going to be painting that? So there's, they have asked us about the very specific technical parameters of their paintings to be done. And I know there's a lot of Ukrainian artists who have now left as refugees for all the now all over Europe, and they really wanted to help, and they have no idea how to do that. So that is why we're going to be also promoting them among their communities and among the communities of every country. We know that there are some chats in the Telegram where Ukrainians are talking to one another, and there's a lot of creative people who would like to help. I have no idea how they can do that, and they were going to be gathering this community in that way, and we're going to be actually giving them this assignment specifically. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you for your presentation. If you have no more questions, then we're going to set you free. You can have your time and you can just join us after the end of the finals. We only have 3 teams left. 3 teams left. That's it. So the next team that is going to be joining us in a second, that will be the Amigos United team, team 156. We're waiting for the team lead to join us.
Amigos United, привіт.
So Amigos United, hi. Can you hear us? We see that Alexei is going to be joining us in a second. Alexei, hi. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Please unmute your mic because we cannot hear you yet. Yes. Yes, sorry. Yes, we can hear you well. Good. Hi. Hi, hello. Pleased to welcome you in the finals. In a second, we can pass you the floor and you can start your presentation. Yes, hi. Can you hear me well? Yes, we can hear you well, but we do not see your presentation yet. Please do show your presentation. Just a second. I will turn my presentation on. I will turn our presentation on. Just sorry for the slight delay. Yes. Yes, we can see that. Thank you very much. So hi, we're representing the Amigos United team and I'm going to be presenting the anti-trash design project. So the anti-trash design is actually corresponding to the topics of the hackathon, the past, present, and the future of Ukraine. And we're applying in the visual art category. So we are the project. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Can you hear me well? Yes, we can hear you. We can see you. So yeah, we can see you well. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just starting from the very top. Then this is our project, the anti-trash design. This is the project that is corresponds to the topics of the hackathon from the past, present, and the future of Ukraine. And as we're applying for the category of visual arts. The project is about decluttering the visual spaces. We are changing the terrible designs for clean and neat. The uniqueness of our project is that we're going to be buying the bad designs, NFT designs from Ukraine, and we're going to give some harmony to them. And it can you hear me well? Yes, we can hear you perfectly. Continue. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Please continue. Yes, just like some technical moment because I'm trying to present from my phone, but yeah. So we will be buying the Ukrainian NFTs and we're going to give them harmony through cleaning their design. And then the better version of the NFT we're going to be selling. For example, as of this slide, when we are presenting the example of our work, so we have used this NFT from the collection of our mentor. We have improved the design in our style in the anti-trash design style. The main marketing strategy would be that we will be promoting our pieces through the channels of Ukrainian NFT communities in Twitter, in Discord, and in Telegram. And we'll also be presenting the portfolio of our works in Instagram and Facebook. The next steps for us is to go from the online just to broaden our audience and to broaden the communities and space of our projects. What we're planning to do next is with the sales of our NFTs, we would like to get some money for the implementation of our projects in the program of the restoration of Ukraine. To use the improved designs in the real constructions and in real visual communications in the territory of Ukraine. At this slide, you can see our team. Those are designers and the team leads with a great professional experience. So please join our team, join our initiative, follow us on social media. Thank you. Thank you, Alexei, for your presentation, even though there was some technical adaptations. And yes, no, everything's fine. And you're trying to combine the smartphones and all of the things all over the world. So thank you very much for having this opportunity to present your work. So the jury has questions already. Maria? Yes, I think that Nikita raised his hand first. No, Nikita has taken down his hand, so that's why. We'll start with Maria first. Yeah, so we're trying to be, I think that, this is a very, that's very cool that, doing this kind with the pitch, with the hackathon that you participate in. So, we improved. Okay, everyone can hurt an artist. Yes, we've decided that we will be really brave, and we have decided that we're going to be improving everything around us. So in our point of view, we kind of improved. Okay, we didn't improve it basically, but we just reworked that. Okay, I will help you a little bit, so you can please think about it as an aid. So can you tell us how this project is connected for the topic of the past, present, and future of Ukraine? Can you explain us more? Well, first of all, our project has already launched before the hackathon because we've got together before the hackathon, and visually we have understood that we have seen a lot of visual trash, and there's a lot of Ukrainian designers have seen that, and they wanted to improve that and to make it better. But we have decided that we should not wait for some kind of order from the client or commission from the client, but we decided that we should just take and do that. We, like, for example, we do not like some kind of, promo, like, I don't know, that is kind of the blast from the past, like, for example, like the hairdressers or something like this. And we have tried to modernize it. So this is getting to the future is about that we're going to be offering the people that we're going to give them this design for free. And with the help of the NFTs, we're going to collect the money for implementing those projects into life. So we're going to be also improving the NFTs as well. So we have started it from the, from the signs from the street. But when we got to the virtual environment, then we have seen how that is very, very visually cluttered as well. So the NFTs are frequently. Can I stop you for a second? Because the question was differently. Right now, you're telling me that the visual clutter is like a metaphor of the past of Ukraine. So this is what I'm hearing right now. So where is the topic of the hackathon in your project? Well, the topic is that right now we're taking the NFTs and we're changing it, and in the future they're going to be look nicer. The Ukrainian NFT is going to look nicer. So the community, the Ukrainian NFT community, they're going to have nicer designs. We've talked to people, and we know that people would like to, give us their NFTs, so we will improve them. No, but again, it's still not answering my question, so I'll pass the floor to Nikita for us not to over abuse the time for that. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't got the question clearly. Yes, have I understood it? Have I understood that the right way? That's the work that you have used. That's one on the pink font that you believe that this work is trash. No, we do not believe that it's the trash work. We have taken this work that has been in collection of one of our mentors because he agreed to give this work to us. So he was the author. Now that's in his collection. That's in his collection, the collection of our mentor. But we plan to use this kind of improvement from his collection and to post it in the OpenSea. Okay, if the NFT is being sold, are you going to give a certain share for the author of the original NFT, for the original masterpiece. So now we're going to be buying those NFTs. You know, when we're buying the NFTs, that was the idea for us. So actually, so basically when we're buying the NFT, we're becoming the owners of this NFT. And in the future, we're going to be making this kind of update or upgrade for this NFT, and we'll be able to resell it and to show it as we've had it in the format what it used to be, what it is now. Well, I think that's there's going to be some really interesting questions about the copyright, and the interpreting of the work. But you know, just on the communicational level. So, are you going to be planning to tell people that we're buying your NFT and we're going to improve that because we believe that it's bad? Like, yes, when you're buying the NFT, you're communicating to the person that we really would like to buy your NFT in order to improve it and to rework it. So the feedback that we already had at this stage, you know, we are only the new people, the newbies to the NFT communities, but we talked to some other people, and the people are not just even ready to sell us the NFTs, but they're going to present us the NFTs so that we will be able to improve their NFTs and then give it to the sales. Okay, thank you. That's interesting. Thank you, Alexei. And thank you, Alexei. Thank you, Alexei, very much. But yes, thank you very much for this brave and work. Yeah, we're kind of slightly bold. Yeah, but that's how it is. That's how it is. You know, the NFT world has a lots of cluttered designs, and if we will try to declutter them, I think that they will look much better. And especially that we have in our team, we have people and our directors and designers with experience. They know how to work in team, and you will be able not to hurt the author, but to improve what they have created. So we've had this experience already. So this is basically a rebranding, something that a lot of companies are doing, and this is a new thing. I think that's cool. Even the design develops as well. Okay, can I add up to that? Because that's the rebranding, the team is making the rebranding when the team wants to do that. So when you're improving somebody's else work, this is like intrusion. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I do believe that this project, it has a little bit of toxicity in it, and I really don't want didn't want to see that in the future. Thank you very much for your comments, but yeah, we're going to be also to talk about that in the community so that people will not be hurt. Yes, and I wanted to add up, just try to study the NFT world, because a lot of things that you would consider trash, the NFT world believes that's the coolest thing ever. Well, yeah, we're not going to be like, for example, the logo that you have changed to the cats. I think that the people would really like that logo more. Like, but this is just my point of view, but that's quite possible. Yes, thank you for your advice. Thank you for your advice. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comments and for your questions. We're really grateful to the Amigos United for presenting their work in our finals. And once again, we only have 2 more teams to go before we will go and make sure that we will know who the winners of the projects are. And I would like to invite the Booster Team 158. So the Booster team lead is going to join us in a second. Kirilo, hi. Hi, we can hear you. We can see you. Yes, hi. It's great for me to participate in the second hackathon, in the Hackathon 3.0. Yes, Hackathon 3.0. You have been our participants at the last hackathon. Yes, I have been the participants of the previous hackathon. And right now I'm in the finals. Yes, wow, that's cool. It seems like, maybe this is your lucky ticket for the winners. Like, let us see, you will have 2 minutes for presenting your work, and you can now share your screen. Okay, good. So, okay, we can start, right? Yes, yes, please, you can start. So, okay, let us start. So, I think that there is one thing that's known for everyone, this art object. So, can you imagine, can you remember your literature and history lessons? I think that most of you do not want to remember that, but do you remember your first computer game or the first time you went to the internet? I think there was something in big pixels with the colors that were really bright, but you really liked that. We try to combine those things when our history and culture are very important for us, and the culture and in the history of the digital development give us the understanding where we're going to. So you have not seen that before, the famous faces and history events in pixel art. So if you remember how the digital art has been created, you'll be fascinated with that. We've used the table games and the different gamification models and mechanics. You can create the different opportunities for gaming mechanics and many games. Using the VR technologies is broadening the opportunities for creating additional functions, locations, the options of the gameplay, the communication space. In the future, we wanted to develop an installed game version. We have created the general concept and the future brain. We have created those two options for the gaming mechanics and the test of the virtual environments. The next steps to integration to the metaverse, the new NFT cards, and improvement of the gaming process. We want to build a community and to promote Ukrainian culture among the world. This is something that is important nowadays. We have analyzed the markets and the territory. We have analyzed the most important social media for promotion, and we have a certain number of fans already. We are developing the content plan. We're searching for the influencers and the opportunities to work with that target audience, creating the social enterprises, promotion of our project, and engaging new investments. This is our team. We're really grateful for your attention. Yes, thank you very much, Kirill. Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much for being so fast. And it's a personal gratitude for from us that you have been a fan of our hackathon and you have joined in our hackathon for the second year in a row. All the best, all the respect for you, and all the tremendous gratitude. Okay, do we have more questions? Andriy Skyba wants to have a question. Yes, I just wanted to start with a question and maybe just to help your team a little bit with this question because, like, what would be the idea of your card game? Like, how it's going to work? So you have the question about the gameplay? Yes, but I mean, like, so what do you say? What do you mean by the cardboard game? How it's going to work? Well, what we're going, as I've said, we're going to have the VR space. The owners of the cards will be able to play there with their own with the cards with the NFTs tokens that they bought. There might be some kind of the questions or other gameplays with these cards. So as I've said in my presentation as well, so there might be many ideas possible of how the gameplay can be built. Okay. So any more questions? Yes, Andriy. Any more questions? Okay, so I think that Nikita is now in the role, so he's like also updated his look for this for the presentation. Okay, good. So if there's no questions from our jury, then we're going to set the booster team free, so you can rest a bit. You can follow how it will all work out. So Kirill, we do wish you the best for you and your team. Thank you very much for your persistence. You are really good. Yes, thank you so much as well. Okay, good. Thank you. We'll keep on moving on. And the final team, the last but not the least, is going to be presenting the team with a fantastic. Now the River Alta. So we are inviting the River Alta team lead to join us. We're waiting here for you.
Привіт команді
So okay, hi my team. Yes, hi guys. Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. We can see you, and you have the 2 minutes for the presentation. They're going to start right now. Okay, good. So then, So hold on tight, take away children from your screens. Let us start. So I think you have seen my presentation. Yes, everything works out. Okay, so I represent the River Author team and I'm going to present you with our NFT, the project that is called the Shop to Be project. So the project started with an insight because we have understood that there's not a single other country in the world that had used the swearing words more than Ukraine. But so we've had this idea that we do understand that, swearing is a part of the self-identity of the country as language, as, coat of arms, as any other state symbols. But, we are swearing in Russian somehow. So that is why, so we have decided, so why are we actually using this really terrible bad Russian swearing if we can actually use the good old Ukrainian swearings? So this is how we're going to be using the NFTs tokens for that. So, we are starting our project with that. Under this QR code, you can scan and take a look at our OpenSea collection. 100 audiovisual tokens that are introducing Ukrainian swearings to the blockchain. They're helping us to get rid of Russian swearings and will help to improve the lives of Ukrainians. This is how we look like at the OpenSea. If you will follow for our QR code, this really nicely written swearing words. We've used this the Cossacks typeface, and that's the one that has been really popular among the Cossacks of the army of Zaporizhian Cossacks in the 18th century. We've tried to make it slightly more modern, and we are going to take a look at all of those swearings into the blockchain, into the code itself, though that's going to be very preserved forever in code. So that for us to improve this collection, we wanted to voice them out and to voice them with important Ukrainian voices. So right now we are going through these negotiations with Ukrainian famous people to voice it out. And just for you to understand, it's not just the pictures, we need to talk about the utility as well. Our project is 2-in-1, is a charitable campaign and the dictionary of the swear words. We can have this short-term and long-term utility. The short-term is that, the people there are using some new words based on the stress of the war. So all of the money that we have from the sales of our NFT collection are going to be for the cultural and psychological support of Ukrainians. So that will be a digital catalysis. And the long-term utility that the collection starts the first digital dictionary of Ukrainian swearing words. And so they will be voting and updating the dictionary of Ukrainian swearing words. I will tell you a little bit about our marketing strategies to make it viral. We wanted to I don't know if you can see that. Those are the target audience is us. So I'm on the NFT projects that are targeting the international community. There are a lot. So, but we have to build up the digital legacy as well, cultural legacy as well. So we wanted to promote the blockchain, and NFT community in Ukraine overall, and to empower it, to give them some certain joint topics for the further communication. So the biggest part of our marketing strategy is going to be the part of our marketing strategy is going to be the website. We have already procured the domain on Ethereum, and you can see that the drafts of the websites, how it's going to be made. Talking about the collection itself, that would be easier for us to forget about the Russian swearing. We created a chatbot. I just wanted to introduce you with a separable part of it. That this is Toby Grad's bot. So this is like going to be a character, and this is going to be the bot as the charity tool and as the dictionary for swearing words. You are adding up some like the bot is going to say that it's going to be analyzing your swearing words in Russian, and it will gives you the number of words that you have used wrongly, and it gives you the opportunity to donate the amount of money that you can donate. And it's going to be adding up to the NFT. And for it to be available to the larger audience, it will be the Telegram stickers as well. We've also wanted to make a TikTok. So actually, we wanted to have the audio versions of our collection. They're going to be uploaded to the TikTok, and we're going to be promoting them like that. So we're not really limited to the creative ideas. So we actually imagine yourself a collaboration with Kyiv Цифровий, when actually we can use the audios of our swearings as a sound for the air raid alarm. So there will be, again, a very good campaign. For the holders, what would be, we'll have the merch drops, for example, so time after time that is available as well. And you can see how it might look like. And So we also will have the Twitter and Discord community. We have already have the Twitter. We are starting it with a content plan already, so you can see what will be the categories of the content that will be provided there. Discord community, we're still building it up because it will definitely be dependent on the couple of more issues. The roadmap of the project, you can see it here, so we can discuss it later on at the Q&A session. So this is the team that is actually making this nice project possible. Thank you very much. That's it. Let us have some questions. Yes, thank you very much, the River Ota. So thank you very much for your presentation. Your presentation was really, really on the edge, but something that touches deeper to the heart. So yes, the jury, do we have any questions? Nikita, Maria, who was the first to raise their hands? Okay, Maria, please. Okay, I have the question. I think that I think this is one of the best projects from this hackathon. I would like to congratulate you with that. So, the bot doesn't work. The bot doesn't work. I've added it to Telegram. It doesn't work. Why? You have promoted it. Yes, we're working on the database, but somehow that doesn't want to notice our database, and that is why we're not able to make him do whatever we want him to do. So we decided that we will postpone the solution to that, but we have contacted with the people from India that they will resolve this problem. Yes, okay, continue in the cultural diplomacy and make this thing work. Good, thank you. Nikita? Nikita, you had a question. Yes, I had a question that in the OpenSea, you see that unlockable content in the NFC on the OpenSea, and the NFT on the OpenSea. So then another question, like, what about being global? What about, promoting the essence of the project to the international audience? Okay, let us start with us. In the metadata, you will be able to see in the code. You will be able to see how the blockchain made in code, but we have to understand that each of the items of those collections, there's going to be 4 files. The biggest of those, they're going to be the main picture, then the smaller picture for the OpenSea, but there's also the vector file. This is the black and white, all of this layouts, so that people would have the full rights to that. They can do their own merchandise, they can print it out on their own. So actually to use the more functionality of our project. And speaking about these international communities, if you will see that in the description of the project and the description of the tokens, we would like to share the other worlds with what those things mean and what those swearing words means. And you can see like we have the transcription, you have the literal meaning and what you mean by this Ukrainian swear word. But I will just have to say that straight away that, our project is mostly considered for the, Ukrainian NFT project. As I have already said, there are multiple projects that are mostly targeting the global audience and international audience. That's quite clear because the technology actually brings you to that. But what we are hoping for, if we wanted to preserve the cultural legacy, because we thought that, the digital cultural legacy, we don't have lots of it right now in Ukraine. So it's only being born right now, and we're only with the beginning of the war, we have seen how many patriotically targeted and, national projects we have had. But we wanted to do something that would be at least, just one project that would be working for the Ukrainian NFT community. And understanding that, it's, partly serious projects. So, that's whether we know that the social good cause and social responsibility paths that work fully, but at the same time, we're trying to have fun. We understand we're talking about the swearing words, and we just wanted to show the people that it's not really serious and just wanted to engage them with the NFT community further on, Ukrainian NFT community. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, okay, like in Ukrainian swearing words. So, do we have more questions? Yes, I have an important question, very important questions. So, why do you have this title for your team? The River Ota. That's very easy because at some point of time at our first brainstorm, we have spent half an hour to discuss what kind of title we wanted to have, and we didn't come up to any other title. So we just opened the Red Book of Ukraine. We have had this, the first thing that we've liked from this Red Book of Ukraine about the animals, that was the River Ota. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That was really, really cool. So, okay, we're really grateful to the River Ota team. So, we have this number 13. It's cursed. So we're talking about the curse words. That's not about the cursing words. We have decided that's a lucky number right now. So, yes, you will see our full collection. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet everyone. Yes, have a nice day. Yes, thank you very much, dear team. So, okay, we have got through all of the 13 pitches of the finalists that have got to the finals. We can take a breath out, we can calm down, we can really rest. You know, the finalists, everything has already happened. So right now it's up to the jury to decide who is going to win. And our judges that are going to be right now the ones who are going to tell us who is going to be the best among the teams. And right now, in order to do that, they're going to be delegated to the decision rooms, as it always goes for the judges and the jury. So we are going to be technically doing that. And I would like to invite Natalia, our community manager, and our mentors, our babysitters. So, you know, the people who have been the second most important people on the project so that the teams were able to present their works as better as possible. So we're inviting our mentors to join us as well.
Так, Наталю, я бачу знову в ефірі.
So, Natalia, I see we're back in the air and we're still waiting for everyone to join and for our mentors to join, our babysitters of the team to join us. I wanted to ask you about your impressions. What have you thought about the works of our finalists? So how does that feel? Well, you know, for me, as for a person who's worked with the community, you know, I was mostly not thinking about the work itself, but about the communication, so that we would have the connect in time and so that everyone would apply. So that would be the first time that I have seen some of the items, some of the projects, because I didn't have the opportunity to take a look at the works of all of the participants. And I'm really, really, really impressed. I already have some favorite works, and if I had this opportunity to vote, I would have even voted already. But do you have your own favorites, Lilia? Well, I think that every person right now, for all of the organizers and even for the audience, that we do have all of our favorite teams, but we're not going to be mentioning them yet until we know the winners, until we know the votes of our jury. But I wanted to say that I would definitely have the favorite for our mentors, because they're all worried in the chat. They're really worried for the destiny of their participants and their teams. And I wanted just to say that our mentors for every hackathon, they have been very active. But for this hackathon, our mentors were the people that have gone through a lot of hardcore, a lot of brainstorm. I don't know how can we say that in a different way, because it's not that they have been in touch with the team every day and answered the questions from the team leads and the participants. They've also provided them a lot of help, a lot of support. They've helped them to pitch, they've helped them to present, they've even asked to make the videos of the teams for the teams. They even made those videos even without having the understanding whether they will be in the finals. There has been tremendous work that has been done. And I wanted to now invite the representatives of our mentors. Please welcome Ivan Krasilnik and Yevhen Bespali, our expert mentors. So please join us in a couple of seconds already.
Привіт, Женя, привіт.
So hi, Zhenya, hi, Ivan. So thank you very much for joining us here today, and thank you very much for joining us in the hackathon team. And thank you for becoming I don't not I will definitely use this word. Thank you for becoming this friends of the for them that have actually directed them to their main way. So we have the founder of the NFT community and Ukrainian circle, so Ukraine circle, Ivan Krasilnik, and he's going to prove me wrong, and the and the representative of the our incubator, Yevgenia Bespalova. So the first question to Ivan. So Ivan, you have been as the team mentor. So please just give us your experience of as a babysitter. How did it feel to work with teams? How did it feel all over?
Ваня, чи чуєш ти нас?
Ivan, can you hear us? It seems like Ivan does not hear us, or can you hear us? So okay, why Ivan is going to reconnect his sound? Okay, so can you hear us right now? So okay, we do not hear you. Maybe you can try to, work with your sound. Okay, we can't hear you yet, but we will try again later. So, okay, so right now, while Ivan is still setting out his sound, I'm going to start with a really intriguing question to Yevgenia, because she has been working as an expert, this time with her teams. And based on that experience that you have had already, the professional experience that you have had before, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think are the perspectives of the girls and boys that worked in this hackathon, and what can you say about the teams? Okay, hi. I really like the great teams. Question. So, can you hear me well? Yes, we can hear you well. Good. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to say that based on my education, and I am the art critic first, and I have it been very interesting for me to work with the teams, not only for the technical part of the team just to improve their presentation, but also to learn about their projects. That was incredible because the projects are really, really great, and their participants are really cool, and it's can be seen that you have created this incredible atmosphere. So that's they were really, really eager to work. So, if just to speak about the perspectives, of course, we see the perspectives that are available. And we just wanted to say that when we have seen that, we talked to the experts and mentors, we can see we worked with the experts part. I think that the perspective for this team will be definitely huge, because every creative person should have this managing parts, that you would build up the team, and then you will have more perspective in your project. So we do know that there is a lot of perspectives for this project. The creatives are really, the works are really good. So it was a pleasure for me to work with everyone. Yes, okay, we have another tricky question. We know that it's not the first time you're working as an expert and as a mentor during hackathons, but I wanted to ask you, what makes the hackathon that we have now held, the Hackathon 3.0 Hackathon Edition, how different it is based on the time, the circumstances, and the topic that we're currently developing? Okay, thank you. There will be the answer from two parts. The first part would be the hackathon is different even without the context, because this is a hackathon, and this is the hackathon, a cultural hackathon. I haven't seen any other hackathon that deals with culture. I've never seen that. So this is the unique project, first of all. The second thing is that the project that currently supports artists, and that is very, very precious. And I do believe that this kind of project should be held not just once in half a year. This project should be held once in 3 months, because the amount of the artists is really huge. And this educative part that helps us to get new heights and to get to the world, not only in Ukraine, but all over the world, to demonstrate, to show our works. It's very important parts. And if we will have this hackathon once in 3 months, It's not going to be way too frequently. That's definitely going to be very needed. So just summing up, it's a unique hackathon. It's a unique project that should live, that should scale up, and that should be developed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, for the support that you have granted and other mentors have granted to our participants. I wanted to say, I know that how the participants have thanked you in all of the possible communicational channels that are available, because this year our experts have set out the record. Because Natalia, you know the figures, like how many mentoring consultations that we've had. From what I recall, there was like 37 personal consultation. That was I think, we've talked to the mentors and experts. I had around 20 consultations. I have one big for the like 60 people, and we had 20 individual. And I know that others mentors, the one that were working with marketing, so they had like 10, 15 uh, consultation. So, you not just found the great experts, you have found the great mentors as well, because you need to find time to meet people and you need to keep the motivation going, because the participants, well, with different level of experience, and they had a different level of questions as well. So the mentors were really active. So, hi to the mentors. It was a pleasure for me to meet you there as well. Yes, I have a short question, because we were really, really serious right now. But did you have any funny moments that were really good for you? Maybe some questions from the participants or something like that. Something really interesting about how you collaborated with the participants. Because for me, as a community manager, so I've had a lot of different moments with community. For example, we had a question in one chat, the answer to another chat, and they said like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Well, this is a hackathon, so there's many different situations coming up, especially with communication. So if you usually have it like in the room, you said like all participants come here, and you write something, you're being answered, they're not giving you the access to the file, and you said like, okay, just send me the presentation in the PDF, or those are just the working issues. That's something that happens all the time. But the creative people, they have their peculiarities in communication as well. So, some of them are not that disciplined, or they don't have this experience of the working communication. But still, with the help of the super documents and the super community managers, everything has been organized and everything has been done nicely. But because we had a lot of participants, and they were really, really active, so we need at some point of time we needed to to take the time for something different and to work with participants. But yes, I just wanted to say, but I'm sure that this time hasn't been spent in vain, because I'm sure that they were really appreciative of every second that you've spent with them, because they've received that this incredible experience, and they're still thanking you in the chats. They're saying, thank you. We've received a lot of knowledge that has been priceless. And I'm sure that, your time has never been valued that much as during the hackathon. Yes, by the way, you have reminded that we actually have all of our participants online. Yes, they're watching you, they're commenting. So yeah, I just wanted to say you're really, really cool participants. It was a pleasure for me to meet you. I do believe that your projects and creative pieces, they need to be known by the world. And I'm sure that the world will learn more about Ukrainian culture with your help. We will have the opportunity to learn about our culture, about our history. That is beautiful. And thank you very much for working so hard. I wish you all the best and all the successes. Yes, thank you, Zhanya. Thank you, Zhanya, for your support and for the valuable advice to our participants. They've told us about that. It's not just us saying that. And I'm sure that your mentoring experience is going to be the one that is going to be pushing you further on and is going to be helping them to keep on moving on. Still, we have Ivan with us. Ivan, are you with us? Let us know if you're with us, if you can hear us. Yes, yes, I know that is. Hi. Hi. Yes, unfortunately, had some technical problems, so we're not going to have the opportunity to share the video. Yeah, okay, so we'll not share the video, but we're going to ask some questions even without the video. So, okay. So the first question would be, can you tell us about your experience during this hackathon? Because you have been a team mentor. And I remember that you had the checkpoints till the late of nights when you have had this hackathon. I even remember the moments when Ivan is writing his this time at this, to this team at around 20, at around 10:40, and Ivan is saying it to this team like, guys, I'm still waiting for 20 more minutes and I'm going to sleep. So it was like 10:40, and I said like, Ivan, go to sleep because I want to go to sleep already. Yeah, if I could, I would go to sleep for sure. But my main task was is to teach everyone and to show people that that NFT is not that scary, and that NFT can be can be everyone can be in the NFT, and that's a very cool thing, and that's the future. So that was my main task at our hackathon, and what I wanted to show people during the hackathon. Okay, Ivan, we know that we have been, leading the Ukrainian Circle NFT community, just like Prove Me Wrong if I'm not. So you have been already managing this community for quite a long period of time, and your mentoring experience is connected to what our participants have been doing in this hackathon. And I just wanted to make it a tricky question, but so maybe that will be interesting for everyone. In your point of view, what would be the most frequently made mistake that our participants have done, and what would be your advice of how to avoid this mistake in the future? Well, first I would say that this is not one of my projects. I'm I'm not a co-founder. I have many different projects that I work with, and the biggest mistake for the people who have just starting to work in the NFTs, they do believe that they're starting the very big price and our NFT is going to be bought by some kind of a rich man who's not really interested in the NFT. No, guys, that doesn't work like that. As it goes with all of the things, you have to have a reputation. You have to have a reputation and then sell your reputation, not the NFT token itself. So, the token itself is not things about the picture itself. It's about the reputation that you have. It's about the community you develop. And only in the last point, that's about the picture that you're selling. That's the most important thing. Yes, I do believe that it's a very good advice because we have heard that and we're trying to rush for something new and creative, and we're trying to rush there or not have a clearer understanding of how it works and how it should work in better way. So thank you very much for being sincere, Ivan, and we're really grateful to Ivan, to Evgenia, and to all of our incredible mentors that have been with us throughout this 12 days, that have supported our teams, that have really had our teams working with us. We are supporting them. And right now, we are happy to pass the floor to one of the leaders of our Hackathon 3.0, the mother of the Hackathon project overall, the co founder of the Digitizing Space creative agency, Anastasia Semenok. She was the one that has been organizing this event for third time in a row. Thank you, Evgenia. Thank you, Ivan, for being with us. And we are waiting for Nastya to join us.
Настя, привіт.
So, Anastasia, hi. Hi. You look so beautiful. Yes, it's good that we're not saying the very same things at the same time with Lilia. So, okay, Nastya. So, how do you feel? How do you feel? So, what kind of impressions did you had? This is the third hackathon that we've been doing. So, what do you feel about that? Well, the three hackathons, 3 years in a row, we're doing this, we're making this hackathon, and every time I do believe that this is something incredible thing. It's different every time, and every time we have some things that, our participants face, that we face. And I do believe that on one hand, it is very, very funny and a lot of fun. And on the other hand, it's always very, very inspiring for us as the organizers of this event. And it always inspires us to continue, to continue with the hackathons. And I do hope that going to have the next iterations as well. I do hope that this project will go on and everything will be cool for us. Okay, so that was an announcement. What that? Well, I don't know. I do not know. So let us first win the war and then we will talk about that. But honestly, I don't know, because I'm just going to put it straight, just as is with others at the opening session. We didn't know whether the hackathon will be this year. We didn't plan the hackathon this year due to the situation with our abusive neighbor, but we're really, really happy that this hackathon took place, first of all, and we're really, really happy that we had so many people applying. We were really, really shocked when we had 216 or 2015, 215, 216 creative applications, creative teams that have applied. So, we have been really, really shocked, and there's something that really inspires us and something that shocked us in a pleasant way. That's because we understand that has been a really, really tremendous pressure for the team mentors, because they were really, really good in working this out. Because when we have actually asked them to work, we said like, oh, we'll have 10, 15 teams, but no, some teams will not continue working there. But in the end, they've got 30 teams for one pair of mentors. I think that have been shocked, and we have been shocked as well. That has been very, very interesting experience. The very interesting experience that has definitely been more than we expected. Okay, Nastya, you have been through many hackathons. So the people that have doing the hackathons in cultural sphere, are they different from other people? So what would be the peculiarities of these hackathons? Well, every event, even if it's going to be a conference or a workshop or some kind of educational program, it all depends on the target audience. And, for me, as for the person, and for me with Nastya, as the people who have left from the technical sector, and, in our history, in our pop moments, we are more about the stack people, about being in the IT. So for us, that was a very interesting experience for the first time when we've had organize the hackathon for the very first time. But right now, every year, we're having a deeper understanding of creative sector and the cultural sector. And I do believe that this is the new world as well. But I'm really, really happy about the progress that I see, because I do remember the first hackathon when we've spent a lot of time to explain people of how to use some certain digital tools, or how to search for the Slack channel. So why do you need Slack overall? Why can't you use the Viber or Telegram? It doesn't actually, I don't know, it doesn't show that people are not literate. It actually means that there is the lack of digital knowledge, and you don't know about some things that you might use, but it's like they never had the need to do that. So, and if you will keep that in mind, that, this digital tools boom, it only happened in 2020 because of the pandemic, because everyone were working from home and no one knows how to communicate with one another. And there has been a lot of startups and projects. And by the way, from the very first hackathon, we've had some of the projects that's still alive, that's still operating, and we're really proud of that. Um, because it's once again reminds us that the very, very, very first beginnings have started through our hackathon. We have provided some really good informational boost to the people that really helped them to become stronger. And, in this hackathon, for me, I think that we have the greatest mission overall right now, considering this really harsh times that we currently have. And we had the prize fund that we had the year before and last year, of course, do not have that much money this year, but I'm sure that this year, with the help of the educational program as well, we do have we do hope that the participants have received much more than just the financial support and just the money, that they received the knowledge, the networking, they've received the contacts, they received the consultations, they received the consultations with the great people, the people with the great ideas. So I'm sure that that has been really good impact. Yes, right you are. Right you are. I would agree to what you said. And getting back to the topic of the hackathon, the first hackathon was about the COVID reality and the culture of the new normality, and we're trying to get used to this new culture, and we're trying to adapt and survive. And that was kind of a wow effect for the people who try to find something very creative in digital space. The second hackathon was the adapting to the post-pandemic reality. So on one hand, we have already understood how to live with the crisis, but at the same time, we understand that we can do something better and something more creative in this direction. And the third hackathon, the one that has been the most dramatic for all of us because we're going through these harsh times, this is the harsh times that on one hand stops your blood from flowing, and on the other hand, this is a tremendous breakthrough in the milestone in our culture that we will definitely have a lot of time to be creative and to consume the artistic pieces on that, because I think that there is a really emotional intensity to current circumstances. My voice shakes as I say that, because sometimes you really have this shivers down your spine even when you see the visual components, the music, the video components that we right now see from the artistic world right now. It really brings everyone to their senses. So I think that this is the topic that is relevant for everyone. And you know this need for the self-expression is something that is tremendously important. This is in the blood of Ukrainians. What do you think about that? Well, I think that it's much more about the transformation. And yes, well, yes, right, you are. So we are going through the very difficult times and circumstances, and it hurts for us to be creative. And for Ukrainians, our agency, our self-identification, our history is something that people are starting to go through, to learn through. You can no longer be like outside of politics. You cannot be not aware of the main cultural actors. You cannot get you're getting into your cultural code. You have to know the history of your country. At least like I had a lot of people who I know who were sitting in the basements during the air alarm raids, and they were reading the books of history of Ukraine just to understand why the hell this thing that is happening to us and has been happening to us through the multiple ages. Because some people have said that the war has started on the 24th, some people have said that the war has started 8 years ago, and some people have said that 4 years ago. One of my Facebook friends, he has written that actually the war right now we're going through the month six that has started on the 24th of February, but has been based on 8 years ago, but lasts for 4 years now. So this is how it's happening right now. So I do believe that this transformation that gives people something new, that gives people some new tools for the creativity, and gives them the opportunities for this creativity, and gives them the opportunity to earn some money as well. Let's be honest, because we're not talking only about the arts, about the paintings, about the self-expression. Like, of course, there are some people who are really enjoying their artistic hobbies, but we have a lot of talented people, and we have a lot of talented people, and their artistic work is their day job. So, and when you are left with that and you have rockets and missiles running above your head, flying above your head, you have to provide for your family, and you're stressed, stressed mentally, psychologically, and you're going to be looking for some of the means to provide for your family. And we really hope that there will be really, really, really starting to give them the opportunity to consider of what NFT is, for the people not to be afraid of this word, for them to be understanding that there are some things that they can use us as well that it's an interesting story that is now getting interested in that. So just to heat up their interest, or for without losing anything during our hackathon. So they tried out and they figured out that, okay, that doesn't work for me. Maybe I'm not going to be working on the NFT. I'm going to be working on something different. So yes, when we have been thinking about the hackathon itself, we have been thinking about these topics. We've understood that it will be something connected with the NFTs, but what will that be about? So we thought about the legacy of the past first. Then we've understood that, we have the war going on outside our windows. So, there's a lot of artistic things that are being connected now to the topic of the war. So that is why I do believe that this topic of the past, present, and the future for Ukraine, this great topic, is have given the opportunity for all of the people to express themselves, to give the opportunity for the people who can see the different parts of our time frame to express themselves. Yes, that's for sure. But do you remember when we have been brainstorming about these ideas of what was one thing that inspired us? We have been scrolling through Facebook, and there has been a lot of visual things that have been created during this war, and we have seen this picture, the very, very cool pictures. Yes, the angry embroidered shorts, this pixel, the angry embroidered shorts. And if you will take a look at that, then it's that that's this is the first thing, that's this insight that turned into this hackathon. Yes, right, you are, because the design itself, we had this 20 or 30 versions of the design when we have, our Yulia, our designer. I wish her the best of health and for actually being with us. So Yulia, hi, I do hope that you're watching us right now. So yes, for sure, when we have chosen this pixel, this pixel, which is the angry embroidered short that has been very symbolically charged, and it really touches. Okay, our jury tells us that we have, yeah, that I have to leave. Yes, that we have the results. So, Nastya, thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you very much for being one of the drivers behind this movement that has now grown into the hackathon. Thank you very much for joining us today. Yes, and thank you very much for actually supporting us while we are not there. So thank you very much. You're doing great, and we are following all of you. I do believe that you are debuting in the best. I wanted to say that the two of us, our project managers for this hackathon, you have been really, really great. I really like your red lipsticks. I still hope that you will be a good tradition for the hackathon to use that soon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anastasia. We're waiting for the jury to come back.
А до нас повертаються судді, і я
And
бачу.
we're having our jury back. And basically, we know that they have some certain results that were ready to make us happy. Good. But let us now start with a small question first. Maybe someone would like to say something. Let us work with the suspense. So, was it really hard for you to choose? Because the 13 projects, 13 projects, 13 finalists. So share your ideas and your impressions of being the jury. Who would like to do that? Any volunteers? Okay, maybe let me start, because I'm not the kind of a person from the jury, but one of the representatives of the organizers, because there's the third hackathon together. I've started with that today, and I just wanted to say that in the very beginning that we really wanted to thank everyone who joined, everything who participated, because the hackathon is this hackathon as well. So this is kind of a magic trick. You're putting your hand into the hats, and you never know whether there will be the rabbit in there or no. You can get everything prepared, but if people will not come and they're not going to be driving one another and doing something that they're interested in, then nothing will work out. Even if there's something that they haven't expected to be doing. So if this magic does not happen, then nothing will happen. But this is the third rabbit from the hats, and every time the rabbit is there. So I'll be honest, we have been really in doubt of how to have it under the circumstances, because everyone knows what is our first thought about, and were not really sure that whether you'll be interested and whether it's possible. Like we have the team in Mykolaiv and Kiev and all over the place. So that was really, really hard for all of us. But the rabbit is there, the rabbit is in the hat, and the result is here. And it was really inspiring for us to learn how many of you have joined us. And not a single result of the hackathon will not be able to fully describe the hackathon, because there's a lot of things that happen on the buy side of the hackathon, and it gives even better results than just what we have been now talking about right now. So, okay, this is the end of my speech, but if anyone of the jury would like to add something up to that, you're free to do that. The jury, you definitely have something to say. Yeah, okay, let me then say that was a very, very cool hackathon. And it's a very, very cool hackathon. I really like to be a part of that as a speaker, as a mentor, as a part of the jury. I had a lot of great ideas and a lot of great teams. First of all, it was really cool to know that there's so many of those. And I was really surprised by that. And I'm really, really grateful to the organizers and to the participants, so that everyone came and everyone has been working on implementing their ideas fully. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your participation. It has been a pleasure. Yes, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, and you have been our speaker in the educational program that we have been talking about, and he has been our expert. And right now, he's a part of the jury. So, this is the person who has been throughout all of the hackathon from the very beginning. Multifunctional. There's just two of us, and I just wanted to thank my partner as well. So we were really, really ready to do everything. So, Jan was fully participating in all of the decisions that we made. So, yes, the magical team have worked with us since day one up till the finals of the hackathon. Right. Okay, so the jury, if you do not want to say anything else to our participants, so then we would like to offer you to give us the awards. Nikita, you would like to add something up? Yeah, I'd just like to have a comment about the arts. Basically, in the NFT space, uh, it's not always for the crypto artist. It is easy to be competitive with a project who has, a full team of professionals like business developers, market professionals. So they are doing everything really, really nice and professionally to drive the needed attention for the investors or the NFT collectioners. So, even among those people who we have in the finals here, we see that it's not so many individual projects that we've had. But I do believe that in this hackathon, we've had really, really cool, diamonds, the artists with their individual projects. And maybe they haven't made their presentation beautiful, or maybe they haven't thought about the marketing plan yet. Because, for the crypto artist, their art is very, very important element towards everything, towards all of the other elements as well. And maybe like the next step is about making the new piece or to reflect on your experience of war as well. So what I wanted to say, I do believe that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, and the main preferences, the main bonuses you will receive because of the contacts, because of the people you met at the hackathon. And there's one thing that I can offer you to continue your collaborations, to communicate among the community of the artists, so that you will be able to continue this work and continue this collaboration. Yes, thank you, Nikita. We remember at your CryptoArt community evenings, we know that our participants, they were really uh, showing off their work and showing their presentations. We remember how it was, and it was really cool to follow that live and to follow it right now. When right now we see the final results when they did some good reflection on your advice. Thank you very much for that. So let us now announce the winners and the awardees of our hackathon. So I think the first winning team, and just yes, Lydia, we have made a different initiative, so we will do that in a slightly different order. There's one organizational moment that we have decided that it was a really hard choice to make, so that is why we have got slightly out of the budgets that the amount of money that has been planned for us. Well, it turns out that there were international speakers that have been with us at the opening session. They have also decided that they decided to leave their royalties to the prize fund. So now we have a slightly bigger prize fund than we planned before. So based on our discussions, we're going to have four positions, four third positions, two second positions, and the winner. So my colleagues are going to help us to do that, and Andriy is going to start. Yes, it's a pleasure for me. So the first team that has now the position number 3, that's the Booster team with their project on the pixel art. I really like the idea. I really like that this kind of young people participate in this kind of big events that our hackathon is. And I do believe that is going to be the really cool thing for them in the future. And I would like to wish them to fully implement their idea and to scale up and, to have a lot of people who will like this concept that they've shown us. So congratulations. And they will have their first 500 euro.
Так, хто далі?
Okay, good. Who's next? I think that it's going to be me. It's going to be me announcing the second team that it goes for the third place, the NFT Art Ukraine. They also receive 500 euro. Why have we chosen them? Because the person has been creating this project for quite a long period of time, and they've pitched that to everyone that they could reach. That's the right strategy when you're working with your project. Do not keep this project for yourself. Talk to the world about that. You'll find mentors, investors, and you will be having a very, very bright future. So my congratulations to the NFT Art Ukraine. The next is going to be once again for me. So the third position, 500 euro, and 500 euro goes to the Deers of Kiev. Like during the presentation, we had a lot of questions from the jury, but we've all got together that the idea that this idea is very human and very cool. And we hope from behalf of all of the jury that you will be developing it further on and that your team will continue in developing your idea. So that was kind of supportive prize for the Deers of Kiev.
Так, хто наступний
And
презентує?
who's going to be the next to announce the... Yes, I just wanted to say, the main word in the NFT as community. So, what can be better than, building the community than the food is? And I wanted to say that we start creating the communities because I would like to be the part of this community, the part of the community for the Baranek NFT. So we also have another 500 euro goes to Baranek NFT. So yes, congratulations to Veronica team.
Так, маємо ще дві номінації.
So we do have two more nominations. Yes, we're getting closer to the second position, and the second position is 1,500 euro. And this prize goes to crypto archaeologists with their Wired Motanka project. And for me, as the art critic, I would like to congratulate you with that, because among the dozens of other projects that are trying to use the traditional art pieces of Ukrainian culture and to show our roots and to show our tradition, this is the very cool case, a very cool case when the team was able to do that in taste with the feeling connection to the reality, just to have this connection with the new reality and to do something really representative. So we congratulate the Wired Motanka projects, all the success. If you will need help, tell us. Congratulations, crypto archaeologists.
Так, і ми підійшли до...
So we are now coming to the winners. Nikita, you're going to be announcing it. You know, that has been really hard for us. And, you know, at the hackathon, you know, a lot of people, they've had a lot of challenges that really got them out of the comfort zone. And that actually really caused them to develop further on. And I've also had my development zone is kind of be happening and happens, because you might have heard it, have, you know, doesn't matter how I'm trying to speak Ukrainian, but you know what, I'm not really that good yet. But sometimes I just wanted to say, you know, like, damn it, or something even like that, and to swear in Ukrainian. So the team that is going to resolve this problem and resolve this issue, giving us more words to swear with, is the River Ota, the one that has having their title due to the species from the Red Book of Ukraine. And with their project, the Cursing Words, they are the first place and 2,000 euro. Congratulations! Congratulations! Ukrainian swearings are the best.
Ну що ж, друзі, ми...
So, dear friends, we're really, really grateful to all of our juries members who have made through these 2 days incredible work. They have evaluated 106 projects that have been in the semifinals, and there are 13 projects that have been pitched live in the finals. So I do hope that you're not really tired, and I hope that you will be with us for the next hackathon. At least we would really, really like to see you at the next hackathon. We're really, really grateful to all of our team, for the people who have been with us, the experts, the jury. We're really, really grateful to the both participants and organizers. Thank you very much for being with us today. And we're really, really grateful to all of our participants for being with us. We're really, really grateful to our participants, because we've seen you grow, we've been with you, we've seen you developing. And I just wanted to add up, I think that this is the best community I've ever worked with, because we were not about competitors. We have been talking about the full support of one another, and that was impressive. Just for you to know, you are the coolest, you are incredible, and we congratulate you with the victory of each and every one of you. And I will add up to another important point for all of us, because, like, I will repeat myself, you know, the time has shown that, you know, there's dramatic moments on the break of historical epochs that we're currently going through. they are becoming the real important milestone and the real becoming platform for the development of cultural and arts. And we believe that we're facing the birth of the whole new Ukrainian culture with really powerful senses. And we do believe that the NFT is going to be the part of this culture and the part of this cultural frame. We are sure that we definitely now have a lot of things to actually surprise the world with, and our cultural front and our cultural army is the really powerful weapon that's going to impress the world. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much for continuing creating in the framework of our third hackathon. And we hope that the Hackathon 4.0 is going to be soon. We would like to invite you straight away to the Hackathon 4.0. We are going to start our creative brainstorming about these ideas straight away. And right now, we're saying goodbye, but we're not saying goodbye for a long period of time. With face of our victories, not only in the hackathons, but we hope that Ukraine will win soon. We send in our all face to the armed forces of Ukraine. We keep on donating to the armed forces of Ukraine. We're keeping calm, especially if we are in Ukraine and we are forced to go when the air raid alarms are blasting off. Keeping calm, glory to Ukraine, glory to them.